Your argument is you're saying no propellant would work.
There's something called astrophysical fluid dynamics, and it uses fluid dynamics. It literally uses fluid dynamics. Like, it's not like, oh, fluid dynamics is shot in space. They use it.
That's not okay. I feel like you're maybe missing it on purpose. Like we know, like in space, you can have a rocket filled with like a liquid propellant. You can ignite that, and you can get propulsion from it. It's not saying, and that is fluid dynamics. But
would you call that?
In that case, but in that case, you actually have a fluid that isn't 10 to the negative 10 torr. Right? But the atmosphere itself, the 10 to the negative 10 or whatever we've measured, it's not behaving like a fluid. And that's why I wouldn't call it atmosphere.
You're suggesting that if the conditions change, a fluid is no longer behaving like a fluid. You hear how retarded that sounds?
Correct. That's what mainstream fluid dynamics science says.
Yeah, we have that word. That's actually applicable on Earth, because if you have a fluid and then the conditions change, and I had water and now I turned it into ice, it doesn't behave like a fluid anymore. It's a solid now.
Yeah, but that's not the conditions he's talking about.
That's an analogy for Earth. Give me the analogy for what's going on in space using that analogy.
Yeah, I have a box. Inside the box is 14 psi air, and I can manipulate it, and it abides all the laws of fluid dynamics. I can start removing the air until I have so few particles. It's exact same air. I didn't introduce anything. I just took air away. I can reduce it, and now the air in that container will not abide by laws of fluid dynamics.
It's just nonsensical. If there is a fluid present and it's dynamic, therefore fluid dynamics. It's not that hard.
I'm just telling. I don't know, dude. I'm not an expert in this.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you,
dude. You're just regurgitating. Silly.
I've already said 10 times that I'm just regurgitating.
Tell AI Gary doesn't believe it. Gary thinks. Tell AI, say Gary said that you're faking the funk.
Gary said that you're faking the funk. Gary is just wrong on this one. That's what it says.
Also, this is just another debunk for your claim, right? If the fluid dynamics suddenly just turns off, then you can't have your space model. Pick a lane, dude.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
So ask it what
you don't think at all. Come on,
telling you, like using Newton's formula, right? Ask it what is that telling you
about what? Okay, using Newton's formula, what is that telling you?
Or just that what the Newton number is.
Yeah, stop using the pseudo funk.
Or what it compares.
Oh yeah, okay. I think what you're saying. Plug in what we know at 10 to the negative 10 torr, compute the ratio. So there is a way to compute the Newton number. So at that pressure, the Newton number is 10 to the 6th. And if you remember, do you guys remember what the number was for when the number for when it basically has no fluid behavior is 10. And basically at that torr, at that air pressure, you're at I'm so bad with exponents, but you're at 10 million.
Yeah, but it's based on geometry, and it's saying how far the particle can travel, right, before it collides. And if that's the case, then you need a geometrical shape for it to collide.
Help me ask it the better question then. Because I think what it interpreted your question as saying, how do I apply 10 to the negative torr to the Newton number? How do I,
It sounds like you just need to switch to a logarithmic scale to help interpolate the new data because it's too far separated. And again, that's why I said what I said earlier. You're conflating the predictability models with the actual core thing of fluid dynamics. Don't mix them up. It's not a good idea.
Well, I think part of the reason why they developed this, I'm guessing, is because they found that at low pressures, it wasn't predictable. Like the air didn't do what the fluid dynamics said it should. And so they studied and came up with this this model.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean just because the models that they were using for other parameters and other thresholds don't work past a certain threshold doesn't mean that the fundamentals have changed. It just means that the purpose that they developed that system for, they found out its limitations. But remember, it was a man-made system to what? To interpret the data. It wasn't a core law that they extracted from natural phenomena. Don't conflate the two.
Yeah.
Which one do you think was the core law? You think fluid dynamics the core law, or the Knudsen number?
Ask it when you apply this. Like, when do you use it? Right? Like, when does Boltzmann equation come in?
Boltzmann?
Yeah, it's basically deep space, which is thousands of miles away from planetary bodies. That's what I came to with the AI. It's saying you only use this theory when it's like thousands of miles away from planetary bodies, because otherwise you're using what did it say? Hold on.
It wasn't as if it was by accident that earlier he was reading it, comparing it to crowd models, because they used this similar type of mathematics to do crowd behavior or crowd control, because it matters, protecting lives or just controlling whatever, right? But past a certain point, the threshold, that predictive model doesn't work, so they have to change their approach. That's what it compared it to that for a reason.
Maybe it sounds like it's a good analogy. But so the analogy for the Knudsen number would be, if you have a stadium and it has one person in it, your typical like crowd control measures are kind of irrelevant, because that person's not going to behave like a crowd. They're going to behave like a person.
Yeah,
that's like deep space.
That's called highlighting the limitations of the model.
Everything you're talking about and you're trying to apply has nothing to do near planetary bodies.
Well, okay, ask it. So the number is 10. The Knudsen number is 10. Ask it where in Earth's atmosphere we reach a Knudsen number of 10. It's not going to be thousands of miles.
No, it's going to say mixed, but you're saying it's solely. It's going to be mixed.
What's going to be mixed?
Basically, it's kinetic, right? You're saying, the kinetic theory. And then we have this Newton's law to attach on to the kinetic theory, build the bridge. It's like, all right, well, that's what you're doing in deep space, but, well, guess who's not going there to deep space to confirm any of this or do anything?
No, it's not. So it's not deep space. That's my point.
Yeah. Well, then you're not using that. Then you're going to use a mixture of, it would just be fluid. It would be, what does it say here? Hold on. It's near planets, fluid dynamics works. Solar wind plasmas intermediate use Magneto-Hydrodynamics. Deep space, high KN, kinetic models dominate. So you're basically like going right to a kinetic model. And you're saying, fuck all this other shit, but you are using it at the wrong distance.
It's 200 to 300 kilometers.
Yeah, thousands of miles, right?
No, that's 200 kilometers is not thousands of miles.
I don't know. I'm getting something completely different, or you're trying to convolute something.
Ask it. I asked the question, what elevation? Because you're getting general things like near a planet, deep space. Ask it specifically what elevation.
I asked it specifically what distances would you apply these different formulas to, right?
So ask it what distance from Earth. Say what elevation.
Fluid dynamics matter. Like when and why does Knudsen numbers matter in the first place? What is it for? What is it telling me? What is it about? And it's basically saying how far particles travel before colliding. That's like one of the first things it tells me. All right, so
exactly what we read earlier.
Right, if I need to know the distance at when it collides, then I need a geometric shape for it to collide into something, right? Or it's going to collide into themselves and you're not even saying anything. So it's like mean free path over length scale. That's like the formula.
It's not colliding into a geometric shape. It's colliding with each other. Like that's what creates pressure.
You need a length scale. It's the fucking formula, dude. Kn is mean free path over length scale.
Yes, and the mean free path is how long before it hits another air molecule.
Right. So you need a geometry for that.
So just ask it instead of going. I think the abstract questions are good. I'm not criticizing, but ask it because we know Earth's atmosphere, we know the gradient, and say at what elevation do we flip from using fluid dynamic models to using
kinetic theory?
Kinetic theory.
Yeah, it says,
and the answer is
miles.
It's not. Ask it. Ask it that specific question.
Deep space, thousands plus
ask
miles.
It what distance from Earth.
Physics.
Ask what distance from Earth.
Behavior is particle physics at that point. It says near a planet.
I think you're avoiding because you know.
Dude, I'm not. I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to break it into 3 categories right now. You have near planet. Shut up, left lane, dude. You're
Don't say near planet. Say near Earth.
Near planet, tiny fraction of a mile. Smooth fluid. Right. That's the behavior. And then it says upper atmosphere solar wind. Miles to hundreds of miles. Mixed behavior. Then it says deep space, thousands plus miles, particle physics.
Yeah, so you asked it a generic question, it gave you a generic answer. Now ask it specifically, say now apply all that to Earth and see what it says. It's gonna give you the same answer I got. The answer is going to be 100 to 200 kilometers.
In what sense?
Yo, can I help you with the disconnect?
What do you mean in what sense? Hold on, let me answer this. You just read it and you said what ChatGPT told you is for a planet, generic planet, right, in quotes, which could have various gravitational fields, whatever, and it gave you a generic answer about some ranges. And I'm saying, ask it, say, okay, thank you for the generic planet answer.
Oh, it wasn't
now
generic.
tell me what it is for Earth.
Very fucking thorough
Not for
description.
Earth. Ask it
I can
for
break
Earth.
each one down.
Just ask it for Earth.
You're asking a generic question, I think.
No, I'm not. I'm saying apply that planet answer to what we know about Earth's atmosphere and see what it says.
So it says upper atmosphere. Look, I'll give you one of the breakdowns, right? For the
no, just ask it about Earth and stop being scared.
What am I supposed to ask it about Earth? I already told you it's mixed. That's what it says. Mixed behavior.
Disconnect. If you'd shut up, I could help.
You're scared. You're scared.
No,
what am I?
Earlier.
I don't understand the question you're trying to ask, Pfinky.
I do.
Now apply all that to Earth. Just write that. See what it says.
And it's going to say it's a mixed.
Well,
it's already answering that.
Type it in. Type it in and read it to us.
Miles.
Type it in and read it to us. It's going to say 1 to 200 kilometers.
Holy fuck, dude! You can't be serious.
Why can't you just ask it?
Because it already answered it. You guys are like, oh, be redundant. It says near the planet, tiny fraction of a mile. That's smooth fluid dynamics. That's what the fucking answer to your question. And it says upper atmosphere, miles to hundreds of miles. It's going to be a mix. And then when I go to mix, it says upper atmosphere, solar winds, intermediate. Kn is 0.1 to 10. Mean free path, 0.01 to 100 plus miles. What that means, collisions are less frequent, fluid models start to break, but can still work with modifications, often modeled with Magneto-Hydrodynamics. Okay. That's what I said.
Don't worry about typing it in. It's too hard.
Can I know what you guys are talking about?
I typed it in, and what I got was...
You just don't want to engage with the answer.
I did. It's a great answer.
Dynamics at the planetary
It's a great
scale.
Answer. It's a great generic answer that we can apply to multiple planets.
Magneto-Hydrodynamics, Pfinky.
Let me explain what's happened here. Yeah. If you were listening to
discussing, man.
Just wait. If you were listening to
figure out
earlier,
how it's modeled.
Yo, Rigger,
what model is appropriate for
Rigger, I'm trying to help. Your mic's a little low.
Really not, though. You're not helping me.
I don't really know how to fix that. Is this better? Hello?
Yeah,
sounds like ass, but okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'll just get there as quick as possible. So what Pfinky did earlier, that the context is, I think, lost in this back and forth bickering, is that he delineated what he's specifically talking about. A very specific, I can't remember the name now. That name that you're using, the
Knudsen,
some word,
Knudsen number.
That Knudsen. You have a Knudsen number in mind. You zeroed in on a specific definition or a threshold, and that's what you're talking about. So your answer is different to his because the question is different. So tell him that
our answers are the same. Like they're not different.
No, No, because the heights are different.
Yeah,
So
we shouldn't
either
help that.
either you're lying, or he's lying, or
his answer was generic.
Location.
His answer was for any planet, so it's not going to give an exact
No,
height
that-
because every
no,
planet's going to
not
be different.
talking about
I asked it
any-
about Earth, the planet we
Are you
live on, and it gave a
incapable of
specific
being
answer.
helped? You're both incapable of being helped because I hear the disconnect. The reason that the AI is spitting out two
Nobody
different
needs your
things
help. Nobody
is because
actually
you're not
invoked your
listening
help.
to each other.
Jesus.
It's more sabotage than help.
No, it's
All
not.
right, I'm trying to.
I
I
know
want
why
to cause
I
more
know why the
chaos.
machine is
I need
saying
to
a different
understand.
number.
I still don't understand the argument. Like, what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about the point. So there's a Newton number describes a point at which air is so sparse that it no longer behaves according to fluid dynamics. And so anything above a Newton number of 10 represents that space where like it's such a vacuum that fluid dynamics don't apply. So the debate is
How do you
where
spell
does
that?
that happen? Where does that happen in Earth's atmosphere? And Rigger asked ChatGPT about a generic, like a planet. So it gave a generic answer for like any planet. I asked it, what would it be for Earth? And I got a specific Earth answer. That's where we're at.
Okay. Gotcha.
I tried to get him to type in, now apply that planet answer to Earth, and he wouldn't for whatever reason.
I don't even know what that number is. Newton number. So
Yeah, it's KNUDSEN.
Well, what does it say? You typed it in. I don't
says
want to muddy the conversation with your questions.
It says 200 to 300 kilometers. So that number happens inside.
How many miles is that?
Lower. I don't know,
Put that in freedom units, bro.
120 to 200 miles.
Kilometers to miles divided by 1.6.
Yeah, I'm not good at dividing by 1.6, but it's
One
lower
and a half,
than the
okay.
ISS. The ISS is higher than that.
So, how many miles did you come to? You said how many kilometers?
How many kilos? I got a calculator somewhere. Here.
Yeah, give the numbers again, Pfinky.
Give me the
Real
numbers.
quick.
I'll convert it for you.
Past that Newton point,
It's 100 to 200 kilometers.
So go 200 times 1.5.
60 miles divided by
300.
1.6.
60 to 120 miles.
62.5. That's 100 kilos. 100 kilos, 62 miles.
All right.
So 200 would be 124. 120.
Wait, I put 1.5 times.
It's 1.6. No, so there is 1.6 kilometers to 1 mile. A mile is longer. Okay, so if you're going from kilo to mile, you're gonna divide, right? I think.
I'm putting it somewhere around 300. 200 to 300. Is that fair in miles?
He said no. He said 100 to 200 kilometers. So that's 60. Is that the range, Pfinky?
200 kilometers?
Am I correct?
Yeah, 60
Yeah,
to
which
1.
is 60 to 120 miles, give or take.
200 kilometers is what?
120 miles. 200 kilos, so
No.
200 divided by 1.6.
Or you can just multiply by
125.
0.6. It makes it
Yeah.
0.62. Makes it easy. All right, I got to run. Actually, I got to go pick my daughter up. I'll try to jump on later.
All right, peace.
Holy shit, it's only 124. That doesn't make any sense.
That would walk 124 more.
Because for it to be collisionless, you got to be at 300 plus miles, it says.
I think what's funnier is once you get past that point, then everything they say about travel doesn't make any sense. How is the propellant going to do anything if there's no collision?
Are you guys attacking like gas theory or space?
No, he was trying to go in and basically saying, yeah, well, kind of gas theory isn't like fluid dynamics.
Why trying
Yeah.
to say
Saying they don't use it.
Navier-Stokes? It's not Navier, like Evian. Is it Navier-Stokes or Navier-Stokes? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know what that is, man.
Fluid dynamics. Fluid dynamics, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Say what again?
I speak fluid mechanics. Includes statics and dynamics. Gas theory is just a theory, so slightly bunk. I think a lot of people know that. No, the kinetic theory of gases in general.
We can't even know if we're in a closed system or not. Or is it open closed system? Elastic collisions? Oof, so many outs, dude.
That's what NASA says. Yeah.
If there's so many outs on either side, it's like how do you figure out like what's going on?
You assume Earth is flat. You just carry on.
Partially closed atmosphere, not partially closed.
Treat it as a closed system. But even though we got
Extends out
hydrogen
to
on the moon,
surrounds the moon.
whatever. Good luck.
When you talk about sparse particle distributions and how that doesn't really matter, so now physics don't fucking work no more. Damn, temperature fucking doesn't work. Wow, this is gonna be a fun conversation.
Oh, it's a great convo. Thermosphere. How it's like 2,500 degrees C, and satellites chill there just fine. They tell you because there isn't enough particles to carry the heat, right? And then it's like, how'd you measure it? If there isn't enough particles to carry the heat to get your thermometer hot enough. Because if the thermometer gets hot enough, so with the spaceship or whatever craft they put up there.
There's some kind of situation here where we observe that, or is that some kind of like
That's what they say.
Situation.
That's their fucking claim, but how hot the thermosphere is. I've never been.
It's just a virtual simulation and virtual particles. It totally makes sense.
I mean, gases under like low pressure are very interesting. Like in a vacuum chamber, when you try to get down to real low pressures, I guess this is the theory, okay? But this happens regardless. So you get down to a certain pressure, the air molecules, they're too far apart. So for some reason, they don't follow like the pressure gradient down the pipe and out of the pump. You have to use like a turbomolecular or a diffusion pump, which is like, it's a big orifice. It's a pump with a gigantic entrance right at the bottom of the vacuum chamber. Most of the time you attach it because you wait essentially for the particles of air to fall in there and get mechanically shoved out. That's the only way we can do it when we get down to these low pressures. Because they say, the theory is that the molecules are too far apart to act upon each other, so you can't like bungee them right into the vacuum pump. They won't behave that way anymore. They'll just stay stuck in the container. You got to beat them out.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it says a gray area, a gray zone where both fluid and particle physics comes into play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, just for practical stuff like in a lab. Yeah, for sure. There is a point when it's no longer this sticky jelly sort of thing, and it stops behaving like that. You kind of just have to wait for the particles to randomly fall down the vacuum pump, and just a matter of waiting. And the theory is we can't like act upon the molecules anymore, so you just have to wait until they randomly fall into the opening of the vacuum pump, and then you beat it out of there with fins, or something. Depends which pump you're using. That's why I like the study of electricity so much, because it's not visible. And this is what happens when stuff is not visible. There's a lot of theory involved. Can't really see gases, so you can't see how they behave, so we have to theorize a little bit. Assume and carry out tests to see if our assumptions are right or wrong.
Depends.
So are we allowed to talk about pretty much anything in here, or is it specific to something?
Depends. But not much.
You can talk about anything you want.
Well, I noticed it's pretty... Pardon?
Yeah, go for it, man. Let her rip.
So the timeline thing, I've been looking into it a lot, and I know there's probably other people thinking this or saying it, but the Renaissance is when they rewrote all of history. From what I've put together from the 7,000 native voices of the world, around 1066, there was a plasma event that melted and destroyed 1/3 of the world as we know it. And then the plasma event also caused a breach in the Rakia, bringing about the flood. As the air pressure left, the waters rose up. And as the breach was sealed, the water was still trickling in, creating an ice wall around the Antarctic Circle, the anti-arc circle. The reason why there's a 24-hour sun is because the sun is about 45 miles high. It hits the dome and shines down. So the outer ring is never in darkness. So it's always in a twilight. Anyhow, that's besides what I was getting at. But there was the flood. Everything got burnt and melted. And then all the dust, the ash rose up into the air, blotted out the sun, brought about the long winter. The end of that long winter was the beginning of the ice age, the beginning of the the Dark Age. When everything was all foggy, mucky, that's when the mud floods were happening, the land was changing. And then the Renaissance was like 10 years of spring after 50 years of winter. And they rewrote everything. They created the Gregorian calendars so they could stretch time out linear. They used like Muhammad and Cyrus and Genghis Khan, they're all the same person, just told the story by different people. You can use the astrological events to line them all up. The Mayan calendar was a
Hey,
countdown
who's
to
your
the.
supplier?
Okay, don't let me finish. I'm sorry.
That's a whole lot right there to address.
Oh, he left. I just wanted to know who was giving him the drugs. Andy, sounds like one of your guys. Get touched in the head.
How dare you? But in all seriousness, I mean, you made a lot of claims there. You got to back them up with something. So it's okay to say a thing, but just back it up with something. Do the geologists,
He backed them up. He backed
with
them up
this?
by leaving.
Oh, he left. Okay.
Oh, you scared him away, just like I thought.
Yeah, you guys are mean.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't expect him to leave just because I asked him who supplied him. It just took the cake when he said, was it Genghis Khan, Cyrus, and Muhammad were the same person?
I was laughing about that, to be honest. I thought Genghis Khan was Asian. Or Asian looking, at least.
Seems like the discussion earlier. One of the problems is concluding that the absence of evidence is the evidence of absence. Something like that. Or just because they're allergic to the ether, I don't know. Either way, they just can't get their head around how things actually work.
Elijah, how would you describe the ether?
That thing that makes you sneeze?
That works. Yeah, that guy kind of reminded me of all the bullshit you have to wade through and all the questions you have to ask. You know, I mean, there's a lot of information out there, a lot of people looking for answers. It's easy to make assumptions. You know, I guess we all believed in some bullshit at some point, right? Like, I got indoctrinated.
Also, all that model building seems like it was done by someone who doesn't know how to play music. Because there's no harmony. It's just a bunch of isolated ideas slapped together.
Is everyone just silent now?
No, you're talking. You ruined it.
I ruined
Owner
it.
silence.
Has anybody gotten a space update on Artemis yet?
Well, I heard they applied a special cream to the leaky valves and they stopped burning.
How about the blue screen? Anybody know anything about the blue screen? And have we gotten enough bandwidth to see what's behind the blue screen?
No, definitely not.
They got a green screen behind the blue screen, and then a red screen behind that.
It's still blue screen. Oh shit! I thought I was streaming it. Streaming the blue screen. It's not.
So who is Artemis? What's the lore behind that name?
Artemis is one of the Greek gods, right?
Let me guess. Incest and an untimely death.
I think Artemis is the god of deception and trickery.
Artemis, the huntress god, isn't it? That's not the hunter.
No, it's definitely trickery and deception, just like NASA means to deceive in Hebrew.
Let me see.
I mean, why else would they call it Artemis, right? It's obviously just a great gay dildo psyop to turn the gay kids into gay Masonic trans women.
Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, wild animals, and the moon.
And that's what they want you to think.
Daughter of Zeus, Artemis.
That's what she is.
Transgender as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Artemis was goddess of transgenders, obviously.
Why are y'all mixing up sexuality with the fucking moon landing project?
Well, why do you think rockets are shaped like dicks, Left Lane? Do you think it's a coincidence that they're shaped like
maybe
dicks?
rockets are shaped like rockets because that's the way they need to be shaped to get to work.
It's obviously just a giant dick propaganda psyop, and then it goes to balls. I mean, come on, dude, you don't see it?
Trying to fuck the sky goddess.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have no argument. You have to resort.
Right? Isn't that the thing? Yeah.
This is just heavy coping. I've been listening to heavy coping all morning.
Cope with what, bro?
Well, this guy's a glover, bro.
Says Mr. Gravity. You turn a descriptive word into a noun, clown.
It is.
Yeah, I bet this guy has his boyfriend inject boosters into his ass before he can use the internet.
I definitely don't have a boyfriend.
Okay, so your wife's boyfriend then.
You said my wife's boyfriend?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you think the Artemis,
we ain't got no argument. Yeah, me and along with the other 98% of the population.
Appeal to consensus fallacy. Appeal to popular fallacy.
You're appealing to the faggiest generation that there's ever been. That's a really bad.
I didn't know that. I didn't know 98% of the population was one generation. So that
this is globe on globe crime, by the way, Mort.
Hey, don't fucking spoil it, Cirrus.
All
God
right. I'm just I'm just letting him know.
How you doing?
You can have your fun. Pretty good.
He's
What about you?
Debated.
Don't you got some fiber optic fucking cables to wind, bro? What are you doing?
I already did that all fucking day, bro.
You did?
Wait.
Oh, taking a break?
You wind them, you don't splice them?
I wind them and I splice them.
Which order?
First you wind them onto the spool, and then you splice them, and then you test them with
How are
the
things over there, man?
time-made reflectometer, and then you test if they work with your media converter setup.
Don't teach these guys how to spool this shit up.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
You staying safe out there, man? You staying safe?
It's not teaching me anything.
I'm literally gonna be that guy that's posting classified info on Discord to win an argument, like the fucking guy, the guy that like was it in War?
There's a guy that already. There's a guy that already beat you to it. He's over there in Ukraine. Have you ever? You watch what's his name? Civ Div on YouTube.
Yeah. I know Civ Div.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you
Did you ever meet him? Did you meet up with him? I assumed you've met up with him.
No,
You will at
I don't
some
know
point.
what unit he's in, but there's a lot of guys like that out here that do like.
Okay.
It tends to attract that kind of personality.
Oh, are you talking about military application?
Yeah.
Yes.
In Ukraine.
I was wondering why you suggested splicing would be top secret. Was it what?
Yeah,
well, it's drone stuff.
The principles are all the same. You can learn it easy.
Are you do you do telecom or like fiber optic install?
No, I just irritate people on the internet. I collect information and I irritate people apparently.
Oh,
I do long monologues that interrupt Jeremy's thought.
Yeah, I think someone said a geopolitics term 3 times, so I think SE had to join the VC. What's up, SE?
What's up? You're still in a fantasy land of who's gonna win what war?
Yes.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Oh, you shouldn't, bro. You know.
Updates for us.
I haven't checked on the Russia-Ukraine stuff recently.
I have.
What's
It's
new?
bad, bro. It's bad.
Tell me. Go for it.
Well, they keep losing every day. They keep losing.
Wait, everyone get reconnected?
Yeah, that was
super
tough, bro.
Yep.
Sounds like Discord is the one that's losing.
Did you
I fucked up. I'm gonna get the whole server nuked, bro.
You flipped the switchboard.
SC, who did you mean was losing? I didn't understand because it cut out.
Yeah, sorry.
Ukraine is losing the war.
Oh, obviously. Cut the feed again, SC. I'll do it. I'm gonna call my friend at SBU.
Well, do you dispute that? Do you think Ukraine is winning the war?
Not me.
Do you want to talk about this again? I thought you were bored last time.
Really, you don't even pay attention to the news, do you, SE?
I've been following the.
How does a rocket make wider bursts around the Earth when the Earth's got more resistance and gravity? 6 times more than the moon. But then when it's slingshot, okay, so it goes around Earth and goes away, away, away. Gravity ain't doing shit. Nothing. Nothing ain't. It's just big orbits. Then it goes to the moon, then somehow puts on the big boy brakes, stops, makes a 6 times smaller orbit. That doesn't make any sense. The first portion to the moon should be a big wide gap, and then you should have to come in and come in and come in. The same way you have to leave the Earth, this is the way you should have to go to the moon.
All right, say you had a time machine and you found out the future you turned into an evil person that was going to destroy the world, and you knew the only way to stop the future you was to kill the future you, could you do it? No takers?
I'll bite. What are you trying to kill?
You'd have to kill yourself, because it'd be like the future you is like set to the future you set to sabotage the world, all of existence, right? And you found this out, right? You have a time travel machine. You go into the future and you see what's about to unfold, and you're like a detective. And when you uncover the plot, you realize, holy shit, that is me. That's the future me. What do you do?
Well, wait. If you're the one who destroys the world, then you'll just be in charge of everything. It's like a John Connor situation. Yeah,
No,
you
like
don't change that. You don't change that.
No, like a full suicide. I'm talking all of existence, just poof, gone.
Why are you trying to suicide?
I don't know. That's what the future you has come to the conclusion to do in this hypothetical. Could you do it? If you had to, like, to save something, could you kill the future you?
Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't know. Is this how did we get here? What is this shit?
Yo, Rigger's still
movie
talking,
plot.
yo. Yo, Rigger, take 5, dog.
Bro, take 100 years off, please.
Take these nuts. I mean, how did we get here? What is this?
Nobody was saying shit. Everybody got all quiet.
Well, so what?
I figured I'd throw something out.
Maybe it's nap time. You know?
We got to throw out a hypothetical to a movie plot that I watched like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I got one. So Omnivore is making a website to database and categorize all conspiracies, and he's doing it as a way to create a podcast. So he's organizing a website with all these conspiracies on it. He's going to pick and choose to make audio, and he's released 2 podcasts already. So I was thinking about actually like listening to it with a group of people and like doing commentary just to see how far off he is.
So he's farming content to what? Act as like a disinfo agent or like a ridicule type thing?
I mean, I don't see how he could not. I mean, it's the logical conclusion to every position he holds. So
yeah, pretty much.
Kind of like, a half representation or just completely miss a contextual, talking point and go right off the rails, not even get close to what we're trying to say. Happens all the time.
But it usually
I'm
starts
just curious,
off with an insult.
Like after all the bad feedback he's got, I'm surprised he thinks he would be an authority on anything like that. Even try an endeavor such as this. Very strange.
Dude, get me a link to that website. We can laugh about that. That'll be a funny one. See how bad he butchers it.
Yeah, I don't want to promote self-harm. I might get banned off Discord. But it's out there.
It's your attention. I'm still laughing about the real rocks from the sky. Confiscation of the real rocks. How we know they're real ones?
They weren't. But if the government, listen, if I spread a rumor right now and you guys did that I had a real moon rock somehow from my great grandpa that met with this motherfucker, see something, somebody would come and try to get this motherfucking moon rock that doesn't exist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That sounds like the perfect troll. Like, let's troll them. Like,
Well, I don't
I got
want
moon
I don't
rocks. I
want.
got
Hey,
sky
hold
rocks.
on.
I got.
I don't want them upside down in my shit. So let's tell them that your great grandpa is best friends with Buzz Aldrin secretly, and they do sign language, and they don't have no cameras or nothing, and they do little code, and they meet up, and he's got a moon rock for safekeeping in your house at your address, and you're safe.
Which branch of the government would show up?
Fuck, I don't know. You wouldn't know. Just be
Who
some
we
dudes
trolling?
saying, "Give me that moon rock, punk."
Men in Black.
They can be blue, black, orange, green. Don't matter to me. It could be 10 Chinese dudes. You know, who knows? Could be 100 Jewish rabbis showing up with shotguns. I don't know. I'm just telling you, they're going to get their moon rock back. You're not allowed to have one. Where can you go see one at? Where are they letting kids test them at? And what would you test about a moon rock to prove it was a moon rock when you never had a moon rock? This shit is just crazy.
On the horizon.
It should look way bigger on the horizon. It should be magnified. But I think that'll happen anyway. That's what stuff does until it disappears. I still haven't got the math on when a fly disappears above your head looking vertical from a glober. So they know the vanishing point of stuff. And they know when nothing blocks your view but a fly disappears out of your sight. Vertically going up. Nothing in the way. They don't want to give you that math.
You can do that math yourself.
Oh, I'm a flat earther. That's only going to help the globe.
Well, it's not. It would do the same thing on a flat Earth.
What would?
Something going away from you, it would disappear.
Your vision would work the same way on a flat earth as it does on your magical flat earth model? Damn. I mean, your
Hold on a
globe
minute, phone
model?
call.
On your magic globe model, our flat earth vision works the same, you're saying? You're confusing me.
Yeah, my bad. I got a phone call. But yeah, the way the vanishing point works. Excuse me. The way the vanishing point work on the same, bro. Whether it's flat or it's a sphere or a pyramid, same
So you
shit.
can't see the fly forever?
No, of course not.
So you can't see the sun forever?
Well, you can't see the sun forever, no. But the sun is way more massive and way more brighter than a fly.
Doesn't matter. It's the same principle. You can't see them forever when they get far away. Same
There's no
principle.
way. There's no way the vanishing point is the same on a curved surface as it is a flat surface. You have a
I didn't
fixed.
say that.
You have a geometrical obstruction, like for the
Yeah,
vanishing
I didn't
point.
say that. He did. I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify that.
no, yeah, I'm with you, Deb.
Vertically, he said if it goes up vertically, why would the shape of the ground matter at that point? You're standing on a ball. You have a
Okay. Looking
you're
up, I'm
standing.
with you.
Yeah, you're looking up. You got a fucking ball or something. It goes up, 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 up. Doesn't matter that you're standing on a ball, a square, a triangle, or whatever.
Well, I mean, the vanishing point on a flat Earth, we're not saying that like you're seeing all the stars infinitely far away, right? Like how far is Polaris? How far are some of these stars away that you're seeing? I mean, that's
Yeah, you don't see.
you're claiming the vanishing point on the globe model is like infinite.
No, but whoever, nobody says that you'd be able to see forever. You can't see forever.
Well, you're saying
Well,
that you guys can see billions of light years. I mean,
That's not
what's
forever.
seeing forever mean besides billions of
That's
light years?
that's way different than infinite, dude. When you say infinite, that means you can see
Show me
infinitely.
what infinite
No,
looks like. You don't have an answer for the stuff you're saying, but you keep telling us you're going to clarify for us this thing versus the other thing. What does
I'm not.
infinite look like versus a billion miles, billion light years?
One's
Can
infinite,
you
one
show me
has
the
a
scale?
finite distance. One's infinite, one has a finite distance. One's an
What's an
actual
infinite
measured
scale,
distance.
brother? Where do we get the infinite scale to compare?
Infinite means never ending.
Where do you see stuff with your eyes like that?
What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't want to say we can see forever. Nobody says we can see forever.
No, the globe model says you can see forever.
No, it
They
doesn't.
even try to say it about the flat Earth. They say, since we can see forever on a globe in space, billions and billions of light years and galaxies away that nobody even sees really, and then
No, you can't.
on your flat Earth, it's the same thing. So you should never take the sun out of your view. You should always be able to see everything across the flat Earth. That's what they try to say because they can see billions of light years on their globe. You understand?
No. You're getting confused, my brother. What they're
No,
saying
no,
is,
no. That's why I
one,
use the
you
fly
should
in reality.
definitely
Hold on, hold on.
no, you
I use the fly, not a planet.
no, you definitely can see. So when we say we should be able to see fucking the sun should never disappear. That's not forever. If the sun's in New York and I'm in California, I should be able to see it at night. It's close enough. But forever, no, we shouldn't be able to see freaking infinitely far. No.
With you on the infinite thing. I don't think that exists. But so you say you should be able to do something that you can't do or don't do normally?
According to us, if the earth was flat, right?
No,
The
no.
sun,
Listen.
and if the sun, New York, I should be able to get high enough in California so I see it. It's
Well,
not
you
that
can
far
smoke
away.
all the weed you want in California, but the thing you need to do is not get high. You need you need to understand perception on this thing that we're on is the one thing that we're on. So whatever we're on, that's what we're gonna. That's how we see. This is how we see. So what you need to understand is if you can't prove the ground, the physical attribute of what we're on is the sphere, and we all know it's flat, and you know it's flat because that's all you're going to prove. That's all you can prove. So that means what you thought was wrong. Everything the Globers thought about the flat Earth idea when they took it out of reality is wrong because these things that you say flat or globe, these are in reality. So no matter which one you think we're on, me or you, this is our fucking reality. So if tomorrow I found out I'm on a ball, I would have to take the things I thought that I see that prove to me that I was on flat Earth in my vision that way, and then flip it, and then I would have to go ball perspective, correct? Now, if tomorrow you found out it was flat, you would have to do the same fucking thing. You'd have to erase all that bullshit, and you'd be a flat earther, and it'd be flat Earth perspective. This is how flat Earth vision works. You understand?
Right. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying flat earth perspective is just how perspective works to flat
No,
earthers.
there is no. There's only one of these things in reality. There's one reality the way reality works, whether it's perspective, seeing, swimming, jumping, all the shit we're talking about. Vision, optics, light, all the shit. There's one way the shit works, and the thing that we're on is how that shit's working. Clearly, we have to understand this. There's two fucking
Right.
choices here.
Right. I'm with you. That's what I'm saying.
The
And
physics
the
are
one that
choice.
you use is the one that you use is the one that's wrong. The one that everyone thinks is wrong.
I use physics. I use
It's the
everything I
opposite.
can prove
It
in
is the
physics to prove my
opposite.
flat Earth. Everything you
The
can
way you
demonstrate proves flat Earth.
the way you explain perspective is according to the experts, the people that do that for a living, and to what we can demonstrate and what we can show.
Nobody can explain perspective. Perspective is what it is. Nobody can explain it. Everybody's got a different law of perspective. You know that, right? You know how many different laws there are of how you see? You want to count them?
Listen, all I'm
Perspective's
saying is
one.
the way perspective would have to work for you for the Earth to be flat is something that can't even be demonstrated or shown.
See, now you're trying to name another whole point of view that's yours. The way I'd have to do this is
We've
this and
literally
this and this.
demonstrated it and shown it. We've
No,
literally
you've never
demonstrated it and
demonstrated.
shown it.
That's never
We
happened.
have done. We made lights disappear without moving the camera or the light. We've
But
made
not the
things
way.
obstruct bottom up. All types of stuff, dude. It's been
But not the
demonstrated.
way we see it. No, you haven't.
Yes, the way we see it.
No, you haven't.
It's
I've seen
clearly been
examples.
demonstrated.
It's clearly not been demonstrated ever.
Apparently, you
Not
haven't
one
seen
time.
it then.
I have
It's
seen it.
okay.
I've
He
seen
just
the
didn't
little
see that.
things, bro. I've seen the little action figures on the floor. You open up the door and the cold air comes in and it like phases out and all of that. I've seen all of them. That's not how we see it in reality.
That's not how we see in reality. We don't see shit disappearing, even though there isn't a flat surface. You're tripping.
No, the way that how y'all show it, all the examples that I've seen, I can show you my inbox. I ought to freaking share my screen and show you my inbox of all the links I've got. None of those It's how we
Carl just sees balls
how it works in real
everywhere.
life.
Yeah, he loves them.
Well, y'all always got to make it gay, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Balls on balls, attracting balls.
Well, y'all got to make it.
Sodomy.
So y'all
Because
don't
you're
like curves?
claiming that we don't. You're claiming that things don't disappear bottom up due
So
to
y'all don't
other
like curves?
factors other than bottom up obstruction by Earth curve. You know what I mean?
So y'all don't like curves? What y'all saying? Y'all
No,
like
it's
flat
just
women?
like
You like a
no,
flat woman or you like a curvy woman?
no. But you're just wrong about perspective, dude. That's all.
No, I'm saying the way that y'all demonstrate things disappearing from the bottom up is not how we see it in reality when we go outside. It's
What are you
different.
talking about?
What's the
Have
difference?
you not?
Yeah, what's
Have
the
you not
I'll
difference?
give you an
seen?
example.
Exactly how it happens.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the
It's exactly
difference?
how it not happens.
What's the
What do
difference?
you
It's a
mean?
lot of the way it looks, the fact that you can go higher and it doesn't change. You see what I'm
What are you
saying? You go
talking
outside
about?
right
It
now.
does change.
When you go outside right now, right, and you're looking at something, it disappears over the horizon. You go up in elevation, more of the bottom
And
gets
then you can
revealed.
see more of the horizon. Yeah. So you see
Yeah,
further.
that doesn't happen in any of you guys' example. When you open up the door and the cold air comes in,
What are you talking about? Have you seen Sky Freeze videos?
yes, I've seen all those videos. I've seen Pebbles on a Pond. I've seen all of that shit.
Okay. If you've seen Sky Free and the RC boat on a lake, which you know there's no waves on a lake, the lake is just water, level water, right? And you can literally repeat the bottom up obstruction without actually any special pleading of opening a door with cold air. None of that. It's just outside on a lake, bro. And you can repeat bottom up obstruction. So Earth curve is not mutually exclusive to bottom up obstruction, bro.
Absolutely is.
No, that's just your dogmatic belief.
It's literally not. You're just
No, bro.
wrong on that one.
If you're being honest about the evidence that has been presented, you cannot definitively say that Earth curve is mutually exclusive in terms of the evidence for bottom up obstruction.
Right,
You haven't
literally is.
even demonstrated Earth curve.
Dude, it happens to boats when they ride away from you, and it happens at closer distances than
Ball curve, exactly.
Than with your ball math, with ball tardia math.
It's because it's bottom up obstruction is not only due to objects on the ground like waves, etc. It's due to the turbidity of the air, like the marine layer, right? Because cold air is evaporating, right? It's creating a density layer that's, you see it all the time. Like imagine heat in a desert. You know what I mean? Like heat
Bro,
in
if
a
that was the
desert,
case,
you see the
if that
waves.
was the
Same thing
case,
with cold.
elevation
It's
would
just
help.
it's a
If that was the case,
temperature.
elevation would help.
It's a temperature differential. That's all it is.
Elevation wouldn't help that.
It's not about elevation. We're talking about the ground and what it's doing, okay? Ball versus flat.
Yeah, and the higher you go, the farther over it you can see. That wouldn't
No
matter if it
shit.
was just a temperature thing or an atmospheric thing going on.
Yeah,
None
but
of that
that
would
has
matter.
nothing to do with the ground.
You're not hearing what I'm saying?
No.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with the ground? You're looking at something on the ground.
If you rise up, whether you're on a hill, on a flat street, in a pool, when you go up in altitude, the angular resolution increases based on your altitude because the angle to your eye increases. Whatever object you're looking at, dude.
You
You
just
can
told me
see
I
more
couldn't see it
shit.
because of the. You
Okay.
just told me
All
I
right.
couldn't see it because of the atmosphere. Now you're saying it's the angle.
Listen. A 5'5" guy versus a 7-foot guy. Who can see more shit? GG.
A 7-foot guy.
No shit. Because he's taller, which means he has
Right.
more angular resolution.
But guess what? A 5-foot guy and a 7-foot guy standing side by side, looking over something flat with nothing else on it, can see the
Still
same
the
distance.
7-foot guy can see more. Period. Point blank.
No.
That's one of the laws
No,
of
that's not.
perspective that
That's
Democ was
not
talking
true.
about. Yes,
No, that's
dude.
not.
Yes, that is true.
No,
You're just denying reality. That's okay. You want
you're
to
just
deny
mistaken,
reality.
bro.
That's fine.
The only reason a 7-foot person would be able to see farther than a 5-foot
they're
person if it was
taller.
something. Yeah, it would have to be something blocking. It would have to be something blocking the 5-foot person's eyes, the light.
What are you talking about? You're just being you're not even making sense, bro.
Okay, so we see because light comes from things that we see in all directions, right?
You kind of cut out.
I said we see the light from things, right? That's how we see. That's how our eyes work, right?
Okay.
Okay, so the light comes to our eyes. The only reason, the only
Okay.
thing that would stop, the only thing that would stop a 5-foot person from seeing something that a 7-foot person could see is something blocking the light from the object.
Yeah, like the attenuation of light and the turbidity of the air, because there's more air between you and the object that you're looking at. There's less air when there's someone taller, because it's
Why
less
would there
dense
be
as you go higher in altitude, bro. Because there's a pressure gradient.
the
Oh,
light will
sorry.
still have to travel through the light will still have to travel through that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Okay,
I
thank
see
you.
exactly what you're saying now. Yeah, but then that's still wrong because the difference between the density, dude, the difference between the density of the air between a 5-foot person and a 7-foot person is negligible, bro.
Nah, it's well, negligible
It's
or
pretty
not,
much the
it's still
same. It's the same,
negligible
bro.
or not. You still have to admit the taller person would see more. Period. Now, the point of me bringing that up, and I'm glad you finally got it on the dense. Hold on, wait. You're gonna.
Hold on,
Why are
because
you interrupting
you
me?
just got because you're just galloping. We're not done with that point.
I'm
The
not
difference
gish galloping.
between
I'm about to
you
explain why I
are,
brought it
bro.
up.
Okay, go
No,
ahead.
you just interrupted me. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. The reason why I brought that up is because, like, if you're actually looking at the horizon by definition that we can both agree on is where the ground meets the sky, right?
Right.
We agree on that mutually?
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. What's denser, the ground or the air?
The ground.
There you go. So the higher you get, the more you can see.
What? What's
I don't
denser?
think I don't think I can get
What?
any more simpler than that, bro. I literally don't think I can get any more simpler than that.
He doesn't
What's
get it
denser,
though.
the ground?
He doesn't
What's
get
denser,
a
the
denser
ground?
atmosphere is going to
Oh, God.
include the amount of distance you can see, right? You get that aspect of it. Like
All
the
right.
if
Okay.
the atmosphere is denser, you're not going to be able to see as far. So
Okay.
if you have a less dense atmosphere you're looking through, you would be able to see further. So it's the 5 versus 7.
Right. But my whole point is the difference between density between the air that a 5-foot person and a 7-foot person would be looking through is exactly the same, bro.
No,
It's not
it
exactly the
changes.
same. That's retarded.
Yes, it is, bro. It is the same, bro. You're talking about 2 feet of difference in
Yeah.
elevation.
Yeah, you know
Change a
why
little.
they
It's
choose
the same.
if you were gonna choose a quarterback on the LA Rams or whatever the fuck, right? Would you choose a 5'5" guy or a 7-foot guy?
A 7-foot guy, but that would have nothing to do
Why?
with the
Why? Wait, wait,
atmosphere.
wait. Why? Why would you do a 7-foot guy? The 5-foot guy, the
7
7-foot guy can see exactly the same, right? You see
No, the
how retarded
7-foot
your
guy.
argument is?
No, the 7-foot guy could see over the 6'3" guy running in his face. The 5-foot guy couldn't.
Oh, so he could see more? Oh,
Yeah, because you have a 6-foot person
Carl, you're
running
smarter
towards
than
you.
this, bro. You're smarter than this. Stop it.
Bro, you're talking about the atmosphere. Now you're talking about a football player. When they have a person running at
It's
them,
analogous.
it is not
Especially,
analogous, bro.
especially depending on the distance, because in the distance everything gets like minuscule, like micros, like nano. I mean, come on, man. 2 feet.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. Hold on 1 second. So in your football analogy, the reason why that doesn't work, you pick the taller quarterback because they can see over people. We're not talking about seeing over people. We're talking about seeing through air. Okay? And the difference between the density of the atmosphere between a 5-foot person and a 7-foot person is nothing. You're
Are
looking
you
through the
kidding
same
me,
amount of
bro?
atmosphere.
Do you know how high a boat is off of the water? Tell me that 5 feet isn't significant when you're looking at a distance off the water.
You don't even have to use water. You can use the land.
Do you
You don't
understand
have to
what
use
I am
water.
saying?
You don't have to use water.
All right, I'm done. I'm gonna disengage, bro. You're just being bad faith.
I'm not being bad faith. You want to make it just strictly on water. You don't have to use water. This happens over land with no water.
What happens?
The phenomenon of things disappearing from the bottom to the top. You can use a mountain over land. You're trying to say, oh, a 5 foot and a 7 foot guy because the 7 foot guy is looking through a less dense atmosphere. Like the difference in density is even calculable between a 5 foot person and a 7 foot person. It's not.
Well, that and angular resolution.
Yeah, depending on the distance, I told you. If it's up close, it'd probably be like you're saying. They're going to be looking at a shelf about 5 foot in front of them. They can both see the whole shelf. The more and 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 more you move it out there, it's going to be a little bit smaller to the guy on the right optically than it will to the guy on the left because he's a little taller. So he has a little bit, just a hair, 2 foot. It's not the craziest amount, but it is an amount. So yeah, you'd have to factor it in.
You won't have to factor that in.
Yeah, you do. You got to
At
factor it in
all.
for the curve too, times the height, square root of the observer. The
Yeah, for
height.
the curve, you would have to calculate it for the curve.
So,
Yeah, but we're talking
bro,
about a
come
flat
on,
surface.
man. You
Even
don't
a
got
flat
refraction built
surface.
in you.
I did the
Yeah.
math. The flat surface would yield about a half mile further.
What math did you do? What do you mean you did the math? On a
Yeah,
flat
you want the
surface?
formula?
I'm trying to see, what are you even calculating at that point?
Angular resolution.
Okay, so why would it be different for somebody who's on a flat surface again?
Because they're up
What is
higher,
stopping you
they'd
from
be able
saying
to
it?
see further.
Why would that matter on a flat surface?
Angular resolution. Do you know what angular resolution is?
Yeah, but why would that
Okay,
matter on a
even on a
flat?
flat baseline. All right, ready? Let's do this, right? You are on a basketball field, a basketball court, right?
Mhm.
You are an ant. Can you see the other side of the basketball court? Probably not. Okay, now you're 4 inches tall. Can you? Probably not. Now you're 6 feet tall. Can you see the other side of the basketball court? The answer is yes. Hey, you got it.
If you shrunk down to the size of an ant, and I put a ball of light on the ground, like a
I just
flashlight.
gave you. I
Wait,
just
hold on,
walked it out for you.
wait,
About as
because I'm about to,
simple as I
I'm about
can.
to walk it up. I'm about to walk it out for you too. You're the size of an ant, and then I'm the size that I am. We're standing side by side. Somebody put a flashlight on the other side of the court. You would be able to see it whether you are the ant
A
fucking
flashlight.
person. Yeah, a flashlight, a light.
You weren't talking about lights earlier. You were
No,
talking
we
about
made a
seeing
light. I
objects.
told you though, we
You
made
see
a light
light.
disappear when you had line. Can you hear me? We made a light disappear when we had line of sight on it without moving the light or the camera. Here's the deal, Carl. If you got light moving in straight lines, the globe radius is debunked. If not, all bets are off, dude. All bets are off, bro.
Yeah, I don't really want to have a perspective debate, honestly, because we're just going to get into refraction, and then y'all going to start talking about crazy shit with refraction that doesn't happen.
Well, you
We're
flipped
not
it
the
from an
ones that
object.
invoke
We've
refraction, bro.
demonstrated the refraction thing that we're claiming that you say is impossible. We've demonstrated, though. That's the difference.
Oh, Jesus. We're really going there? With the impossible refraction?
What's impossible? What about refraction is impossible?
Oh, with the refraction you guys need to make the personal dome thing work out.
No, the
What,
refraction you
dude? What are
need.
you talking about? What are you can't flip the
You're
argument back on us.
you're
What are
not
you talking about?
understanding.
Yeah, I can. I can totally slip the argument back on you. You guys need
We're not
all
the ones
sorts
that
of
invoke
trendy light.
refraction when we see distances that don't comport with the globe, dude.
You're the one who invokes refraction to explain things like sunsets.
All right, NASA, here. Let's do a test. I got you. All right. Talk about infrared. Now, would you agree that infrared has the least refractive effects on it, right? In terms of the refraction index. That's why the military uses it. You know what I mean? Like for targeting.
That's not why the military uses it for targeting, but okay.
Well, just grant it for me for a second, okay? Now, if I'm using infrared, if I'm looking at a target, okay, and I can't really see it that well in terms of visible light, so then I put on an IR filter on my camera. Now the sky is clear. I can observe my target and the distance, right? Oh, I can actually resolute that distance way further now. Now, would you say that you are seeing further because of refraction and why it's making it look flat? Or would you say that it's less refraction making it look flat?
Well, okay, so infrared, because it's longer wavelengths, will refract less than shorter wavelengths. That is a true statement.
And you can see further, right?
But that's not why the military uses it.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, though. You would expect to see not as far based off of what you guys claim in terms of refraction. Right? You guys need more refraction to explain why it looks flatter, right? You would say, "Oh wow, it's really bending the light over the curve, raising up the image."
We don't need that. No, we usually don't make that argument. That's usually a flat Earth argument. Well, when you guys
What are you talking about?
When you guys look at the horizon and say, "Oh, it looks flat
How
to
do you
me."
explain the black swan? You say that's refraction, right?
Like I said, the black swan is a flat Earth argument.
I'm just saying, how would you refute that black swan argument? You would have to invoke refraction. You would have to say that refraction is causing the light to bend around the curve, raising up the image to make it look flat. Right?
Okay, and?
So that means if I'm using infrared and then I can see further, but it's less refractive, how does that work?
You see infrared further for other reasons, but okay. It's not just because of the index. The index of refraction between infrared and visible light is minimal. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but you're removing 99% of the light at the infrared. Therefore, you should see reality more like what it is.
Right, Tori, you get my argument, right?
Yeah, it's a good argument. I have never heard it refuted yet.
Well, it's a bad argument. It's a terrible argument.
Well, then what's your refutation?
Really?
What's your rebuttal?
Bro, you're using magical refraction. You're using magical refraction, bro. You need the refraction to be just right every day for you to see the sunset every time.
You missed the argument. Not a rebuttal. He's saying you see a certain distance, right? In reality, with a camera. And then when we pull out, put a solar filter on it or infrared filter on it, we can see further. Infrared filters block 99% of the light, causing them to see, more what the reality is without refraction, which wrecks your whole argument that refraction's the reason we see further.
No, it doesn't. But okay, if you
There's
say
no rebuttal. It's not a rebuttal.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it is. There is a rebuttal.
Okay, give it.
Okay, let's see the rebuttal. Where's your measurement?
Not is your rebuttal.
That's not a rebuttal. And I never claimed to have made a measurement.
Oh, so no measurement. So you're just positing this as a possibility without any sort of measurement?
You don't have no. It's not posed as a possibility.
This is a hypothesis of yours.
No, it's what happens in act.
So you have measurements. You have measurements?
Are you saying
stop? NASA, what are you doing? Stop saying you have measurements. You have measurements. Stop saying it over and over again, dude. Stop.
There's no rebuttal. This is what he has to do. He has to spiral out. When you ask for a measurement,
what I'm saying is, it's
you're
not
spiraling. You won't even let me talk. You won't even let me talk.
You won't because you won't admit you have no measurements. That this is a hypothesis of yours.
I didn't claim. So let me finish what I'm about to say before you interrupt. Okay? Don't interrupt me. I didn't claim to have any measurements. I claim to make an observation. Okay? It's not necessary to measure your observation. That's not necessary.
It's not? Well, good.
No.
Then I guess we can go to the whole thing of observational science. You guys can stop this whole QE four-step process. Then next time I hear that, I'll tell you we don't need to measure anything.
Okay. So there's no rebuttal. Still.
Yeah, there's a rebuttal. The rebuttal.
No, you haven't given a rebuttal.
You're talking out both sides of your mouth.
I got two words for you, NASA Shill. You're done.
Great.
I'm not done. No. Explain to me how the sun sets.
you disagree that you're not done?
Use
You
infrared.
disagree that you're
Use
not done?
infrared and explain. Using infrared, explain how the sun sets. You should be able to see the sun in infrared.
Wait, do you disagree you're not done?
I'm not done. No, this is a stupid argument.
I said, do you disagree?
I'd say that this is a silly argument.
And you're done.
Without any measurements, you have no. You just have, you have no measurements. You can't prove your.
You have
You have no rebuttal. You have
the rebuttal is that you have not proven your point. Well, if you want to measure that, if you could come out with some measurements, maybe.
That's not a rebuttal, sir.
That is a rebuttal. That is a rebuttal.
That's not a rebuttal. No, it's
That is
not.
a
It's
rebuttal.
just you.
You have a
That's just you
hypothesis.
talking. That's like me.
You have a
Like
hypothesis.
if I was your
I know, you have a
daddy and I
hypothesis.
was like, "Yo, NASA Shill, go make your bed," and you're like, "I don't want to make my bed." It's not a rebuttal.
The rebuttal
Go make your
is
bed,
you have,
NASA.
you have a
Go
hypothesis.
Go make your bed.
boy.
You have you can say all you want, but you have a hypothesis. You have no evidence to show it. It's typical flat Earth. You just
Clean your
No,
room.
I have a,
Make
I
your
have a,
bed
if
and
you
fluff the
see,
pillows.
You
I have a
see further. How do you
deductive.
know you see further? How do you
This is
know
too
you
much
see further?
chaos.
How do you
There's too
know
much
you see
chaos,
further?
bro.
How do you know you see further in
NASA.
infrared if you haven't measured? How do you know that you see further in infrared if you haven't
NASA.
measured? How do you
How do
know
I
that
know
you
I'm
see?
seeing
How do
anything?
you?
Yeah.
You can interrupt me.
Bro.
I'm going to finish this fucking sentence. I just
You,
want one
you
fucking sentence.
did.
Come on, let me finish. How do you know that you see further if you haven't measured it?
Because I know what I can see and then what I can't see. Yeah.
So you don't. You haven't measured it, so you
All
don't
right, all
know.
right.
Yeah, I
NASA.
guess
You
I
see
can't
further.
trust what I see.
Hold up.
I can't trust
No,
what I
you
see
can't.
at all.
You can't
Hold
trust
up,
what
hold
you
up.
see.
NASA.
No, you said you can
NASA.
trust what you. Hold
It
on
was
a
my
second.
argument.
You said you can trust
It
what
was,
you can see. Hold on a second.
hey,
Hold on, we can trust
it
what you
was
can
my
see.
argument though. So respond to me real quick. If you're in fog, all right, and you can't see a house because you're in fog, then the fog clears up and now you can see the house. Am I seeing more? NASA?
No, you said you can trust what you. Hold
It
on
was
a
my
second.
argument.
You said you can trust
It
what
was,
you can see. Hold on a second.
hey,
Hold on, we can trust
it
what you
was
can
my
see.
argument though. So respond to me real quick. If you're in fog, all right, and you can't see a house because you're in fog, then the fog clears up and now you can see the house. Am I seeing more of the image that I was looking at now? Do I have to measure it to know that I can see the house now?
Well, how do you know how far away the house is?
I didn't say that. I didn't ask about that. I said, can I see my house now because the sky has cleared up?
Well, do you know the distance to your house?
Doesn't matter. If
Yes, it
I
does.
can see more of the image I'm looking at because it has gotten clearer, it doesn't matter how much I need
So
to
you don't
measure it
need measurements,
exactly.
right? You see
Yeah,
see
because
something. You have no idea
if
how
I can
far away it
see
is,
clear,
but it's obviously further, right?
it's not.
Come on, we can trust
Obviously,
what you can
it's.
see, though.
I can see further because it is clearer. Yes, that is my argument.
Can I make a claim, please?
Sure.
Okay, the Japanese military on Monday, they shot a railgun 370 kilometers. That's 29 miles. Okay, and they hit the target. That's the claim. You can see it on the internet. They beat the world record of a railgun. Okay.
What was the height of both the?
I thought it doesn't matter what the height is.
Yes,
They
it
shot
does
a
matter what the height
railgun.
is.
Yes, it does, dude. Come
It
on.
really does, because
No, but
because the Earth is a sphere. The higher you get, the further you can see.
no, a railgun is a projectile. Okay. It went for
From what height?
360 kilometers, 229 miles, and it hit the target. Okay.
Visually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have hit the
A
water.
railgun is it doesn't have fucking radar on it. It doesn't.
How high
fly.
was the? How high was
It's a projectile.
It should have hit the ground. That's not a rebuttal. You don't have a rebuttal.
Yeah, I
Can you
do.
guys hear me?
I'm asking for
Can you hear
facts
me?
because I don't think you have facts.
Google it, mate. Google it.
Oh, Google it. Right.
Someone was trying to get in. They were saying, "Can you hear me?" But they were breaking up. Did you guys hear that?
The Japanese government, military, beat the record for the railgun.
I think you're breaking up, Rob.
I just want Bandsaw to post what he's got. I'm sorry if I'm breaking up.
Oh, he's got the good mic.
No, you sound good now.
You're good, Rob.
Maybe it was just my connection. I just want Bandsaw to post the Japanese article, please.
Is Banshaw in here? Jesus, Banshaw, I haven't seen you in years, mate. How are you keeping?
Okay, post the fucking article.
That's
please.
Inspector Gadget, Rob.
Oh, Gadget. Sorry, Gadget. I thought I
Who's that?
mistaken.
Who's talking to me? Do you remember me, do you?
Yeah,
fuckers.
yes, I do.
Where's
You
Banshaw? Is he
thought
here?
Gadget was bandsaw? Dude, come on, Rob.
No,
Get it
Banshaw.
together,
Banshaw
bro.
is an old friend of mine. Where is he? Is
Get
he
it
in here?
together, Rob. Bandsaw said he didn't even like you, Gadget.
Fuck it. He doesn't love me anymore, does he not?
He's
Hey, how
like, I
about that
never.
article?
This sounds like Bev's long lost brother.
Where's that fucker gone? You remember your man? We used to be all in his chat room.
He said there can only be one of us.
Hey, come here. Where's Brandon gone? Where's he? Where's Brandon gone?
Other
There
side
can
of the
only be one
rainbow.
of us.
This is Bandsaw.
No, Banshaw is Australian.
We call him Rick Ski now. Rick Sky.
Yeah,
So when you
Banshaw's
see
out
Rick
there.
Sky,
He's
yeah,
out
when
in
you
the
see Rick
outback
Sky,
in
you know that's
Australia.
Banshaw.
Banshaw's Australian. He's out in the outback somewhere.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Rick Sky. He changed his name to Rick Sky.
Rich guy, is he? Is he still
Yeah, he's
shagging
on a voice
kangaroos?
mod now. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
using a voice mod, and he goes by the name of Rick Sky. So when you
No,
see him, you'll
you're
know.
pulling me leg, You're pulling me leg.
I'm telling you, man, he comes in here all the time. You'll see him.
Does he? But he'll know me when.
Rick Sky. Yep.
Yeah.
He's the old Banshaw.
Yeah, seriously, no, you're not pulling me leg, no.
How many times I
He's
gotta
he's
tell you?
definitely he's pulling your leg pretty hard.
I would say he's taking the piss out of you.
He's taking the
knows
piss
me.
out of you, laddie. He's taking the
So,
piss out
Rigger,
of you.
you don't know who Bandsaw is, do you, Rigger?
No, I never heard of this guy.
Yeah.
I only know Banshaw by Rick Ski. That's it.
Yeah, Banshaw's a good guy.
Yeah, I like Rick Ski too.
He's fucking slagging my accent, you fucking stupid fucking American cunt, you. Yeah.
Hey, it's all love, brother.
You got that rail beam? You got the rail gun link?
Hey, so they haven't showed any more pictures of the cockpit?
You guys are banking on Americans to be nice to you.
Yeah, how's it feel to have a pedophile predestined?
Predestined? We don't have a predestined.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You're relying on our kindness.
Hey, guys, what are you doing? Open the fucking file.
Dude,
Open the
you're
file.
just drunk,
What are
man.
you waiting on? What are you waiting on? That would never happen in Europe.
Dude, how much have you had to drink, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah, I ain't talking. Who am I talking to myself?
No, I don't drink. I smoke weed.
Me? Oh, I just had
smoke
me a
weed.
wee bit of drink.
I'm Valhalla. Yeah. I only smoke weed.
Are they only showing?
It comes from the north. The north. You know the north. The norths.
I feel like Gadget is totally having his hands like, you know what I mean, in fisticuffs, like, oh, hey, drunk, yeah, wine guy.
Yeah. Totally.
How much water does
No,
it
but
take
no.
to match the vacuum?
How much what? Water in the vacuum? None.
No. How much water does it take for you to go down into to act exactly like a vacuum that's like 6? You know, a vacuum we can pull. You know, supposedly the big one. How much water do you have to go into for it to act like that vacuum?
33 feet.
33 feet?
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. The thing I'm talking about is how high you can siphon water.
No, this is
Yeah, it's pretty
different.
wild.
No, this is different.
I don't know why it's 33 feet, but it is. It's so weird.
Are they scrubbing the mission?
I don't know. I probably know most of you.
Hold on, dude. Shut up. I'm asking a question. Are they scrubbing the mission to the moon?
What do you mean?
Bit scrub.
No, they're not scrubbing the mission.
It said that they're it's coming back down. It just went down nearly 50 miles back towards Earth.
Bermuda Triangle.
Almost 100.
I wouldn't trust any of the telemetry data. I found out that it's literally just a trajectory that is simulated. So it's what they're supposed to be doing. So it's just all dog shit.
It just went down 100 miles in
They're
a
not
matter
landing
of
on the
seconds.
moon.
No, like back towards Earth. They're going back towards Earth.
No, I know they're not
They're not.
landing on the moon. They were supposed to just go around and see the crusty side. They said.
Yeah, they did say the moon is really crusty back there. Like the backside of the moon is crusty. Shut the fuck up, NASA.
How ambiguous
Like,
can you be?
Man, fucking hell. I'm going to talk like an American now. Do you guys always pinch your noses when you
okay,
talk?
all right. Hear me out. Tell me they're not making fun of us, all right?
Yeah, fuck you.
They're doing a mission. They're doing a mission to the moon,
To the
right?
moon.
The back side of the moon, and it's crusty. And the name of the shuttle is called Integrity. Blow me, dude. Blow me.
Hey, come here. If we went to the moon 50 years ago, there should have been fucking cameras looking at us for the weather and all that crap. But there's nothing on the moon. Why did we never go to land a kind of a probe onto the moon and put cameras up, to look back at us, so we can see the real shape of the Earth? Huh?
Yeah, NASA is in no way under any obligation to prove what the Earth is to you stupid flippers.
Oh,
Come on, man! How much would it take to send a probe to the moon? Just to, set up a GoPro camera just to look at us 24 hours.
Somebody actually had a contest going for years. I think they just gave up. There was like a prize if you could land something on the moon. Was it Google or something? You guys don't remember that?
I don't know. Imagine it's your birthday, and you're going out with your girlfriend, happy birthday. You just look up at the moon and there's this kind of a laser comes out of the moon. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, Mary. Happy birthday. That would be cool. You'd make millions with that. They were there 50 years ago. Why isn't
No,
that
the moon harpoon would be better because they keep saying they can't, land on it and stuff. You tell them, hey, I got a design called Demox Moon Harpoon. Whenever you get close, just shoot your harpoon into that bitch and you're going to definitely land on it.
When you look at science like the moon, when you're kind of going to land on it, you're like, there's no apparently there's no atmosphere on the moon, right? Very little atmosphere, but the moon is moving. The moon is moving at 12 kilometers an hour for its rotation. So imagine you just standing on a treadmill that's moving at 12 kilometers an hour. You just fucking tip over, mate. Do you understand what? Hello?
What's you doing, laddie? Hasn't it past your bedtime?
Huh? Yeah, the moon is rotating at 12 kilometers an hour, apparently. Okay? You
Yo,
get me?
Andy, get your brother, bro.
So if you're going to land on something that's moving at 12 kilometers an hour, it's kind of hard. Try and jump on a treadmill that's moving at 12 kilometers an hour. You'd tip over. You'd fall. Wouldn't you?
Got 1/6 the gravity of Earth.
Huh? Yeah.
The moon has 1/6 the gravity of Earth.
Yeah, but still moving at 12 kilometers an hour. So how would you land like they did in 1969. How would you land that big ass lander on the moon without, like, it's
You put it in a book and you say you did it.
well, it would actually tip over. It's moving at 12 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast, like, you know.
Just write it down in a book.
Huh?
You just write it in a book and it makes it happen. You're like,
yeah, in the Casio calculator.
Didn't you see the movie where those guys jumped on the moon and were driving around and playing golf and stuff?
Yeah, I've seen all that. Yeah.
So you just write a book. Well, when I went on the moon, it was real easy to walk on it because it was moving 12 kilometers an hour with me.
Yeah. And I swear on the Bible I did it as well.
No, you
Yo,
don't.
what the hell is going on with the freaking background?
Yeah, what's going on with the VC? Let's get it together in here, guys. Elbow, what's up with the stream?
I don't know what's going on.
Everything's gone mad here. I can't believe they launched the mission back to the moon on the 1st of April.
Bacon might be the only.
Yeah, Bacon's hardcore flat earther.
Now that sounds funny.
Bacon, can I post a
Can you
picture?
take us?
Bacon.
What does a flat Earth birthday party look like?
Their video's about to show you right now.
I'll post it in the chat. Bacon, you're all right if I post this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You already you posted it publicly before, but yeah, that was Bacon's birthday party.
Where can I see it?
Fuck, holy shit. That's
It just reminded me how young I was.
26.
Yeah.
Flat Earth all the way. 26 years old.
You're ahead of the game. I didn't know about this shit till I was in my 40s.
And that's not AI. That is real. That's not like a joke. It's not like an AI
Wait,
joke.
you're older than 40, Jeremy?
Real
I thought you were
birthday.
younger than that.
His family.
Who did this for you?
His
Your
family.
family did this for you?
No, it wasn't my family. It was my girlfriend's family. Yeah.
Girlfriend's family?
Yeah.
Are you still with her now or no?
Yeah.
Huh?
Awesome. That's a keeper.
So she knew you're into flat Earth and was like, "Hey, we got to throw Bacon a flat Earth birthday party."
Exactly. It's exactly that. Yeah. Like her sister makes this personalized cakes.
So she made this custom cake. She put the Gleason's map on the top of it. Looks like Level is zoomed in. It's got the Flat Earth Society logo.
Yeah.
She must have not known you're not in the Flat Earth Society, huh? She
I don't even think she knows what that is. Like the Flat Earth Society is just like a meme page, right?
Yeah, well, it's like for a lot of more like, I guess, mainstream oriented people, if they think of Flat Earth, the Flat Earth Society might pop in their mind. So what, she went to that website and downloaded the logo?
I don't know, probably something like that.
Now, did you tell her that she got like she can't be doing this because this like presents a model?
No, we didn't. No, it was just a regular birthday party, except for the theme.
I wonder how many people on Earth have actually had a full Flat Earth themed birthday party. You might be the only one. I mean, who really has done that? Like,
I don't think so. I mean, there's gotta be a flat earther out there that got one too.
A real.
I mean, another flat earther.
Did you guys lose any friends over Flat Earth? Well, I did. Like real good mates, you know. You argue with them, and then they think you're a fucking idiot. Did that happen to any of you guys? Like, do you think you're crazy because you believe in Flat Earth?
No,
I don't like
push
saying
my
Flat
views
Earth.
on people. I don't push my views on my friends. I'll talk with them about it, but if they don't get it,
Yeah,
they
but
don't
then
agree,
they
I
think
don't
you're
care.
crazy and shit like that, no? I lost a few friends over that. I don't like to use the term Flat Earth because, you know, the Earth's not flat because you have mountains and valleys and shit like that. You know, level Earth or whatever. You call it what you want.
So,
But
question.
it's not a ball. But I lost a lot of friends. Yeah, probably a good few friends, classmates. From
This isn't the Kumbaya forum, man.
huh?
I'm talking
Does
about a lot
anyone
of
want to
personal
welcome?
stuff. Um, so question. Is this gonna be able to be seen today on Texas side? Am I gonna be able to get my telescope out and look at the Artemis or whatever curiosity or whatever it's called?
No,
Yes, no, I don't know.
no, it won't show up.
Is anybody will be able to follow this with a telescope somehow, somewhere? I mean,
No, they would have been doing it live the whole time.
Well, they
so
monitored the liftoff.
DMOC, you
wow.
think one person can monitor this thing going around the Earth live
I
at one
mean,
time?
they catch the ISS.
I
Yeah,
think no
Astronomy
one
Live.
is monitoring anything.
So
If
I
you
mean,
can
if
Yeah,
it's
monitor,
higher,
hold on.
go ahead.
It's a public thing. They're supposedly letting everybody in the public film this on TV and they're broadcasting it for you for free, right? The public. The American people paid for this already. Been paid for the last 60 years. So when you say, can you and I go put our fucking tracker on it, our own personal one? Can we?
No, that's not
If
what I
we
said.
can't, that answers your question.
So the question again is,
that wasn't the
I
Well,
mean,
that's
it
question.
not
should tell
that
you
wasn't my
where is
question.
that
So,
over
I mean,
Earth,
I know
right?
you have a problem understanding English, DMOC, but try again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm the one that asked the question, right? So
No, I
is
asked him the question.
no,
What
but I
was
asked a question before that.
what was the question?
Anybody with a personal telescope, are they going to be able to look up in the sky and see? Oh, here it
Yeah,
is.
it won't
I
be
mean,
strong enough. It won't be strong enough to see.
I mean, but it's high enough for the sun to reflect off of it, isn't it?
It's too far away. It's too far away.
So now
I
the sun
told you.
can't reflect off of it now, but it can reflect off the
But
ISS.
it's too far away. It's too far away for you to see.
But I thought you
Give
said
me
light travels
excuses.
forever.
It does
so
So why can't we track that if light's reflecting off of
because
it?
it's too far away for the
It
telescopes
doesn't
to even
exist.
do.
That doesn't make any sense, man.
Why?
It's
We
not
can
there.
zoom in on craters on the moon. Why can't we see this thing going to the moon?
Craters are big.
Yeah, but that's gonna reflect the
Yeah,
sun. It has solar panels. It should
Craters are
reflect
big.
the sun. Yeah, but that thing should reflect the sun. You should be able to see at least a little light.
It's far
how
away.
strong? How strong is your telescope?
He doesn't
Strong
have
enough.
one.
How
Yeah,
Strong
strong?
enough to
work out.
see stars millions and
Strong
millions
enough.
of miles away.
Strong enough doesn't tell me how strong enough it is.
Yeah,
I got the
How
work
strong
out how
is
Lucifer
much.
Observatory.
Work
What
out
are
how
we going to see?
much it would reflect, and if the telescope should or should not see that, and then you have a point.
how far away from the Earth is it now?
Like it's just a gut feeling.
How far
That you
away
should
from
see
the
it.
Earth is it now? Like, is it going to the moon or what? Like
It's
it
in a
went.
highly eccentric orbit right now, as far as I understand. Eventually, they're
No,
going to
it
slingshot.
launched last night.
They're going to
It only went
slingshot.
around.
Just a minute. Just hold your horses. It's going to slingshot when the time is right and make its way to the moon.
It launched last night. How long does it take to go around the Earth?
3 times.
I
It's
don't
going 3
know.
times.
It
kind
launched
of
last night.
depends.
That's 24 hours. 24 hours. It must have gone around the
No,
Earth
no,
3 times.
it doesn't take
No,
24 hours to go around the Earth.
No, 24 hours since it launched. Since it
Click on the
launched.
stream. Click on the stream. It'll answer all your questions, bro.
Yes, it's been roughly 24 hours since it's launched.
Yeah.
so
It shows you the
with
countdown, the flight date, how far it is away from the Earth, the path it's supposed to take, where the moon at. Just look at the stream.
And no one can
where
film it, not even the ISS, not any observatory, not the Lucifer, not the Collugiver, not yours, not mine. No one can film a non existent thing. Thanks.
except it is existent.
Cool story.
Where is it now then? Where
No,
is
it's
it
not
now?
a story.
Film it.
Oh my God.
Now your
Are they going to
cameras
show?
don't work, your telescopes don't work. Now you can't see infinitely light years in space and billions of light years now. Can't see infinitely light years in space and billions of light years now. Now you're just, oh my God, in it. Weird.
No,
work. Your telescopes don't work. Now you can't see infinitely light years in space and billions of light years now. Thing. Thanks.
except it is existent.
Cool story.
Where is it now then? Where
No,
is
it's
it
not
now?
a story.
Film it.
Oh my God.
Now your
And you gonna
cameras
show?
don't work. Your telescopes don't work. Now you can't see infinitely light years in space and billions of light years now. Now you're just, oh my God, in it. Weird.
No, that was over the audio confusion.
Did it get through the Orion's bed yet or what?
So what about the observatories? The observatories can watch them?
Wesley, did you figure out that appealing to experts is appealing to authority? Did you figure that out yet?
Yes, they are the authority on the subjects they were talking about. I agree with you.
It's like definitionally appealing to experts is the same thing as appealing to authority.
Yes, correct.
All right, so because last night you said that like you're not appealing to authority, you're appealing to experts, and then
Well,
someone said aren't they the same thing? You said no.
the question was, is NASA an authority? And so the way that I took it was the wrong way. But yes, I agree
No, you
with
said
you.
experts are not the same thing as authority.
Correct. I don't think they are, but I can understand why somebody would explain that.
Okay, it's just now you just said that they are the same thing, but now you're saying that they're not to try to be consistent, but actually it makes you inconsistent with what you just said.
Okay. Whatever makes you feel better, Gally. You're special.
Oh, yo, I wanted to say about the light. Or did you guys have more on that? Or
No, that was it. Just
the
wanted to
shit you
highlight
said
that.
though? I actually got a problem with that thing you said though, because you're like, oh, if it all comports to science and what we'd expect, you're telling me if they found a transformer or a unicorn on the moon, what? You just not now? You don't believe them?
Yeah, they would have a lot of explaining to do to say how it got there, or
Why do they got to
I wouldn't
explain
believe
how it
it.
got there?
Huh?
How are they going to know how a transformer got there or a unicorn?
Yeah,
Why would they
it
have
would
to
make me
explain that?
question. It would make me question a lot of things.
If I go in the woods and find a coin in the woods, I don't got to explain how it got there. I got a coin.
Yeah, but you weren't doing that for like a scientific purpose going into the woods, right?
No, it's science. I was studying mating habits of birds.
Yeah, and you come across something that you would never. Well, in a forest, you would. I mean, that makes sense, but on the moon, that wouldn't make sense, right? You agree with me, right?
It might make sense in the story you guys tell. Don't they say Earth, the moon is a hacked off piece of Earth that another body hit or something?
Okay, and so how would a transformer get there? How would you explain that?
Like Optimus
Oh,
Prime.
that could have came from space or whatever. I mean, who cares how it got there? If they go in there and find a transformer, they got a
Like
transformer.
Optimus Prime though, not like an electrical transformer.
Then
I
you
get
have
how
to
like you
explain
might
that
like get that confused.
there might be other worlds out there. Yeah, for sure. That'd
Yeah,
be
I'm talking about
something.
like Bumblebee and shit. Yeah. Optimus Prime, Decepticon, something
Like
like that. Yeah.
Megatron, yeah.
We'll see if they
Not like an
find a
electrical transformer, you
transformer.
know what I
We'll
mean?
have a
Like
lot to talk
electricity.
about if they find a transformer or a unicorn up there. We'll have a lot more to talk about than we do now.
That'd be dope. Do you think they would tell us if they did? Let's say they did find a transformer.
That's a great question, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
like
don't
how
think
the flat earthers are like slowly starting to accept that the moon shit's real, and now they have to like flirt by, oh well, what if they
What are
find
you talking
this?
about?
What if they find this on the moon? What if they find this? Just
What the fuck are you talking? I'm talking about Wesley's thing of that he said yesterday.
Yeah, I think Fresh is like the kid in school who's like, guys, I'm goth now, accept me. And he's goth for like 10 minutes. I'm just
Yeah,
goth. It
bro.
is
What are you
how I've
doing?
always been. You non-goths wouldn't get it.
Oh, did Fresh change his
That's
mind?
actually so weird that you brought that up.
Yeah, he's role
I had a
playing.
classmate in high school, and over the summer break from between junior and senior year, all of a sudden this guy Brian, he shows up and he's got like this whole, like he's got like eye makeup on and fucking trench coat, like nothing other than black. And I know exactly how that works. But then he gave it up pretty quick because he just got laughed at constantly. Like, oh, he went to
Fresh
one
did make a
Marilyn
point of
Manson
that.
concert. Oh,
He's
I saw
ironically
one
pretending to be
NASA
that.
launch. It's gotta, huh?
He's pretending to be that. He's pretending to be that guy.
I guess.
That's
But
exactly it, though, right? He's got like his studded bracelet, painted black nails. I'm goth now, guys. Accept me.
yeah. Is goth still a thing? I don't even know. Is it?
Probably. That was a pretty big thing, no? It's probably still a thing.
Globe
People
is
are
the
still
new
probably doing
black.
grunge. There's probably still grunge people out there in Seattle somewhere.
Yeah, just not showering all over the place.
But yet NASA, for some reason, regardless of the information that's being provided to them, will still deny or accept it. And this is the conundrum of it. I am not accepting it because of multitudes of reasons.
You said you believe everything NASA says? Gotcha. I wrote it down.
Fuck no. Nope.
Too late. Too late. I already wrote it down.
It's being live recorded. So it's...
Pre-recorded. Yeah, pre-recorded.
Dude, there could be a good little meme of someone put together like what you would expect if humans really did just launch a rocket to go to the moon. You could have like some AI video of like full 3D shots of the globe and actually leaving the globe and going to the moon and actually what you would expect if it was real, and then be like what we actually got from NASA. Then show that little piece of equipment on the
14
side.
hours of blue screen, a solar panel for hours on end.
A can of hairspray.
Shit you can't even make out. The people announcing it can't even make it out. They're like, I think that's the Earth, maybe.
I would have liked to see like a continuous shot of them leaving, and then the point at which gravity stops working and things would like start floating around them. I thought that would be kind of cool.
Dude, you gotta feel bad for
They'll
like,
never
these
show it.
people, though, right? They gotta defend it, and like how humiliating it would be to have to defend this. To say like, no, it's real, guys. It is.
Somebody I work with actually was admitting today. He was like, what NASA put out is extremely subpar. I was like, yeah, dude, Iran does a better job of like filming missile launches than NASA's doing. Like, what is going on? It is sad.
And I did just
keep
look
in
it up.
mind, though, real quick, Andrew. Just keep in mind, though, these people on the biggest green screen on Earth. So they're obviously very much into photography and filmography and all that shit.
Platypus, you made a good point. Like the transition from, are you saying like, okay, if it were real, you're on Earth, you would have Earth's gravity, you would then go up, enter into the, the outer space deal, and then you would start to have the zero G effect. Are you saying that like there would be a transition from regular gravity, inside the cockpit, and then all of a sudden now they're in free, zero G type environment, and you're saying that there's no footage of that transition? And people were noticing that like they did show the little cockpit thing after they claimed they were out orbiting, where they did have the zero G effect, but there was no cockpit shots of the launching or of actually launching and transitioning. And obviously they wouldn't be able to do that if to fake it. They wouldn't be able to very easily transition it. But is that what you were suggesting, that there's no like uncut footage from going between the two for a reason?
Yeah, because now they can just put hairspray in the bitch's hair and make it look like she's in zero G or whatever. It would shut me up if they showed a continuous shot of them leaving. I want to see them taking however many G's of force they're taking. I want to see their faces get all disgruntled, and then the moment where they're no longer in gravity, I want to see your hair start to float. I mean, I don't know how hard that's supposed to be, but apparently they can't do it.
Oh,
well, they
it's
have the
incredibly
cameras in
difficult
the
because they can't. because they can't.
Well, they have cameras mounted in the cockpit. They were showing some of those after they were out orbiting, and then they did show that, similar to the ISS, a little zero-G effect. But yeah, they didn't, as far as I know, they didn't show any footage before that of in the cockpit. But they had the cameras, so they just decided to only turn those cameras on after. Oh, now we're in space, guys. And they
There's
didn't
a lot
actually
of
show the transition.
There's another
No, they were
transition.
busy. They were busy driving
Come on,
a
Fresh.
rocket. Dude, they were driving a rocket. They were preoccupied. They didn't have time to do a fucking
It
flip
doesn't take
screen
anything to
for
have
the
a
flat
camera
earthers.
pointed at your face. It doesn't take anything to have a camera pointed at your face. It's the first time we're allegedly going back to the moon in 53 years, and we're just not going to take selfies. We're just not going to live stream it. In an
we're
era where
literally
people are making millions of dollars live streaming.
Yeah, we're literally recording everything at every moment right now. But here's the thing. Another transition I'd like to see is to go from inside the ISS or something to outside. Like, I want to see that whole transition. You know what I'm saying? Uncut and all that. That'd be neat to see. I want to have a bird, too. A bird in a cage. It's floating around fine.
Dude, NASA used to have...
coal mine. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Here's the thing. I was just looking it up. I was just curious about what the actual cost was. And all I did was type in, how much did... That's all I typed in. And then the first Google and also... I typed it on 3 different web browsers. And it says, how much did the Artemis 2 launch cost? And they're saying approximately $4 billion.
Hold on, bro. Andrew, let's take guesses.
Yep.
All right, and who's got a guess?
I guess $4 billion.
We're doing Price is Right rules. I'm gonna say $4 billion and $1.
But yeah, for all of that, they have scratchy microphones, like they're talking through like multiple people, like through a microphone
like through a vacuum of space.
No, like they were using
No,
the radios that they used in 1969. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, why does it sound like they're in 1969?
Right. Because they mess up and they give clues. Other times they claim that the vacuum of space, these alleged ISS astronauts, audio is perfectly clear. Huh. What's going on? Moving at 17,500 miles an hour and 250 to approximately 255 miles above the Earth's surface. Yeah, crystal clear. All of the problems that are aligned with the ISS and everything else that NASA does, it's like...
Yeah, but you're talking about 250
it's like finding
miles.
a blooper in a movie.
You're talking about 250 miles versus 31,000 miles. Come on, man.
Well, no one's been to 31,000 miles. So
that's where Artemis is at right now. That's where Artemis is currently at right now, distance from the Earth's surface, and that's 31,116 miles, 117.
How are they only that far away? Haven't they been going 15,000 miles an hour for like a day now?
Yeah, but they're only slowly gaining what you would call altitude as the loop around the Earth gets wider. So they're not necessarily traveling away a distance. They're, the distance is being calculated as it's going around the Earth.
You got some real Glober fucking word terminologies going on there.
yeah. And you believe that because...
You're not serious, right, Fresh? You're just messing around.
I'm just trying it on. We're seeing how it feels.
Whoa. That's not how you... All right.
Just a tip?
Just a tip, dude.
What? What are you talking about?
Fresh is pretending to be a Glober.
Why would you say that?
Fresh is pretending to be a Glober.
It sounded like tour for ya. I was like, what, dude? Anyway.
No.
Good evening,
Creeps me out. Creep me out. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? Good to hear from you.
I'm doing well. I took the day off, so I'm
Oh my
doing
gosh.
wonderful.
That sounds like something I need. You never know how
Everyone
much
needs.
the day
Yeah.
off means until you have
Yeah.
to work for like multiple days and your brain's just like done. I'm done. I mean, just
I,
like altogether, I'm like, oh, start being here. It's a
yeah.
blessing to have like the Sabbath day and, you know, Easter's coming up. Hopefully, we're going to have some time off with their families. What were you saying, Andrew?
Well, actually, you just brought up something very interesting. I wonder what they're going to be doing for Easter on this particular thing. Are they going to be going in there and doing some more Freemason signs like on Apollo 13? Just kind of wondering. But when it comes to what you were saying, I took the day off. I needed it because I work usually 60 plus hours per week, and everyone needs it. Otherwise, you get burnt out, and you have to take that time off before that happens. It's also not good for your health either.
Bro, I get like 3 days off a year when me and my wife go to the Poconos. That's it.
None of them.
Okay, which one do they say landed on the moon? Doing this thing where you do multiple comments, like you first talked about sightseeing the moon. So let's talk about that. What did they say their mission was?
First time seeing that side. That's kind of interesting.
When they're doing one loop around, right? What else
Yep.
is that than sightseeing? I mean, are they doing
Literally sightseeing, yeah.
Are they doing anything sciencey? Are they pulling out their sciencey tools or no? No science.
Yeah. Yep. And
Where's
it's a
the
test.
science?
It's a test run, right? To make sure that the next ones that go up and land on the moon will be successful, right? To ensure that's how you do like these staged approaches to something that's
2 more years, and then we'll be
They
on the
didn't do
moon
that in
2 more
1969.
years.
They skipped
Oh.
that step in 1969. Wesley,
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Gio, what do you think?
they didn't do a
What
flyby.
what Apollo mission landed on the moon?
None of them.
Okay, which one do they say landed on the moon? Apollo 11, right? So how many missions came before that? All right.
7.
So
They blew up.
yes, they do it in stages. This is how they've done it for
How
that's
has
how they did the
NASA
first time.
helped you, Wesley?
First
Well,
one
see,
burned.
you keep
No, I'm
spurging
asking
like
you a question. I'm not spurring. I'm asking you a question, dog.
yeah, because you ran away from your first claim that it was just a sightseeing mission.
It is just a sightseeing mission.
Okay,
I want to
that's what
know.
you. So
I
what has
want to
NASA
know.
done for me? NASA has done a lot of things for me. So one is the internet, another is Velcro. There's a
Incorrect.
and
I
They
have
didn't
a
say the
question.
internet.
okay,
What are you
cool,
talking about?
cool, okay.
I
No,
I have a question.
Wait. Hold on. He got interrupted. Wait, what are your wait? These are the reasons. This is what you think NASA's done. You said Velcro and the internet.
yep,
Velcro. That's usually used as a joke. You're serious about that?
100%.
I mean, that was just copied from a plant. You know, there's a plant that has those same hooking. They just copied that. What does that have to do with? That has to
Okay,
do with space
who was
travel.
the first? Who was the first person to do that?
Also, fiber optics and microprocessors from Area
There you go.
51.
This is kind of weird that this is the first time people are hearing this, but that's okay.
That's not,
Not
where
the
the
first
internet
time at
came
all.
from.
People have been
It's a story.
repeating that like parrots for decades. The Velcro
Oh,
thing.
well then. Oh, okay, so you seem surprised by it.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm surprised that you named that as one of the top things you think NASA's done for you.
Did I say the
I
top
said,
things?
I said done for
Yes, you
you,
did.
not society. Like, what? How has NASA helped you in any way, shape, or form?
So things that have been done for society aren't for me. So me personally, nothing personally, nothing.
Well, you're incorrect about the internet. You're just incorrect there.
Yo, what would we do without the NASA Velcro?
I know we might have to
That's
actually
a
tie our
weird
shoes when we
question.
were 5 years old. instead of having
NASA
Velcro.
played a significant role in the development of the internet, particularly through its Jet Propulsion Laboratory and National Science Foundation. So NSF,
What way? What is
I got a one. I got a 1/10 scale
became
Apollo
the
rocket at my
backbone of
house,
commercial internet,
and NASA
connecting
helped me get
academic
laid every single time a
Guys,
chick comes over. She says she wants to ride my rocket.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's weird that they
Yeah.
just talk over me when I'm starting to give you the answer. So
Yeah, what else
NSF,
did
No, the
ChatGPT
internet came
say?
from ARPA, not NASA.
NSF,
NASA had
which
nothing
became
to
the
do with the
backbone of the
invention of the
commercial
internet.
internet, connecting academic research and supercomputer centers.
Are
So
you just reading ChatGPT, dog?
Can I ask a question? I have a
just
genuine
weird.
question here.
Go for
Is
it.
it on topic? Because
ARPA
we were
and
right in the middle of
DARPA
something. He was just
created the
giving
internet.
his
NASA had
thing, and then
nothing to do with it. It's very well
It-
established, even in the mainstream paradigm.
Well, it
Paradigm.
actually is. 'Cause, I mean, he
Paradigm,
gave
that's
this.
good, Gally. I like that.
He gave this answer. I have a
Just
genuine
weird.
question here.
Go for
Is
it.
it on topic? Because
ARPA
we were
and
right in the middle of
DARPA
something. He was just
created the
giving
internet.
his
NASA had
thing, and then
nothing to do with it. It's very well established, even in the mainstream paradigm.
Well, it
Paradigm.
actually is. 'Cause, I mean, he
Paradigm,
gave
that's
this.
good, Gally. I like that.
He gave this answer. About NASA does things in stages, right? And we got supposedly we got stages that they've been doing where they're supposed to have all this data known since the 1950s. So why the fuck are they having to redo everything all over again?
New equipment. It's the same reason that all cars have to redo crash testing, right? When you come out with a new model, you can't just say, "Oh, we've done it in the past, so it's good." Nope, you have to go through the same testing. So, good question though.
You ever go to a mechanic for an oil change and then like get your brakes done and like they do like a new whatever, and then you're like, what the fuck? I didn't pay for. I'm not gonna pay for all this. Why is all this going on? Oh well, we have to. It's just part of the new regulations, the part of the new safety exams. Even though we sent fucking 4 people in a tin or 3 people in a tin can in 1969, but no, we need to really reevaluate here.
That's never happened to me at an oil change. Maybe you got to go to a different mechanic that's not trying to take you off.
It should be 100 billion.
So
do
so
this.
what you're saying is that even though they can determine the torque, even though they can determine the torque and the thrust. The damn feed's talking. So they have all the math, right? And they can determine, the aerodynamics and everything in testing. So even though they supposedly have all the math, they have to do flybys in order to what? What are they learning? Because the flyby wasn't done in the 60s. I mean, they left Earth's atmosphere and they went right for it. But y'all can't even land a drone properly, right?
You're incorrect again, Eli. You got to get your research done, and we'll be happy to help you. But that's not correct. Again, a mission that landed on the moon was Apollo 11. So, Eli, can you tell us how many missions happened before?
They claim
Apollo?
that 8. They claim that 8 and 10 went there but didn't land. Apollo 8 and 10.
Yep, there you go. Now his question has been answered. Thank you.
What about number 1?
Looks like on Carlito's feed right now, it says that they're 35,184 miles from Earth right now, is what they're claiming. By the way, I just looked at that. Can I just ask though? I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple topics here, but I was going to ask you this before. It's funny that Beast brought this up, but like Wesley, like for real, in your heart of hearts, what they're offering right now of this mission, is it satisfactory truly? Like, I know you believe in the model and stuff, so I know that you may not have you must have some skepticism because you're in these combos. So that would certainly mean you do have, but nonetheless, like, even if you're 100% convinced by it, are you truly satisfied with what you're being given? And then in addition, like, would you rank it as like below par, even par, above par? Like, for real, like what they're offering right now as showing this alleged trip?
So I completely get the comments, and yes, I would want more. If it were up to me, I would want more cameras, and I love the idea of being inside and seeing that 24/7. But I also know that I don't always get what I want, and there's usually reasons for that. Whether it be a TV show, a movie, a gaming system, a computer, and usually there's good reasons for it. So those are all good things to ask. And no, I would want better cameras, but it's not up to me, and so I have to live with what I get.
Okay, so does that mean that it's subpar, or how like
No,
what are you?
because I had no input on the mission, and nor did I really know about it before this year. So I had no issue in the planning, what it would take to do these extra things, and what it would take to communicate it back to Earth. No,
Well,
I mean, but I do understand why people want more, and I do want more, but I have no say in that situation. So I don't
You're a
I mean, I
taxpayer.
get
Yes,
the
you do.
what
what?
about
Well,
a
I
Roku?
I can
All
comment
right.
on it.
So you're kind of just accepting. I mean, I hear you, I guess. Like you're just accepting. You don't have a say on it. It is what it is. I know, but I'm just saying. Oh, Jake, you can go next. But let me just say real quick. Like, okay, just as a quick example, if you and I had $10 billion and we built our own rocket company and this outer space thing was real and we went and did it ourselves, and if we were going to offer the best footage to people, we would have multiple cameras, 360 cameras on each of the astronauts, inside, outside, everywhere. Just like we do things these days. There's even on a basic car, a new car these days, there's a bunch of cameras on the outside, on the inside, everywhere, right? Tesla cars have a ton of cameras. Anyways, we would have that. And then if we were going to present that to the public, we could give awesome footage, of the rocket going off and the whole Earth as you go up away from it. You see every frame going up away. And then you would transition from having the Earth's gravity on the inside of the capsule. As you go up, it would transition to the 0G. All that would be we could have footage of all of it, and we could probably put out footage that would be like a 10 out of 10. If it's a 0 out of 10, we could give it 10 out of 10, like amazing footage that people would be like, oh my god, look at all this high def, and you got this 360 camera on the nose of the rocket and everything. You can see the whole transition, the whole thing, right? And then going all the way to the moon, approaching it, going around it. We could give 10 out of 10. Now, if we were to give 1 out of 10, that would be just like terrible, right? Maybe just like a footage with a half-hacked piece of equipment, let's say on the left-hand side, and then maybe like a little ball Earth out in black. Anyways, we could give something that would be really bad. Now, to be honest, I would give what NASA's done so far, if I had to be honest, about 0 to 10. It's maybe like a 3. I gotta give it a 3. It's a little something. It's not as bad as like a 1, but that's where I would rank it. Where would you rank it, Wesley, for what they're giving us?
For what I would want, I would agree with you, but you got to remember, like there are laboratories and research that paid a lot of money to try to get their experiments on this mission and on the following next coming missions. So they're the ones that are really like driving this. It's not the random public. While there is a lot to the random public involved, I would want, more importantly, things that might lead to better society in the future rather than my entertainment. Even though right now, selfishly, I want the entertainment.
All
So
right, but technically, I'm not really saying what you would want. I'm saying how do you like? They're a professional company, a multi-billion, trillion-dollar
yeah,
company. The taxpayers are giving them what is it, up to 80 million a day. They are the professionals of the professionals of the professionals. It's supposed to be the best of the best on the entire Earth. Now, granted, if they're more sciencey and less media oriented, you could say, okay, well, maybe it wouldn't be a 10 out of 10 because they're not like a necessarily like a high tech film company or whatever, even though, I mean, that's all debatable. But I'm just saying, I understand that maybe like if they're more sciencey, we might expect like a 7 or 8 or maybe a 9. I'm just saying, I'm not saying what you would want. I'm saying, how do you rank it in terms of, being a professional company who is claiming they're doing this mission and they're trying to give the taxpayers, some result for what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, how would you rank it on 1 to 10, just in terms of what they're giving? Not what you would want. I'm just saying, how would you rank it of what you're being given for a professional company that's allegedly going around the moon for the first time in 50 something years?
yeah. What I would say is, are they accomplishing the goals of their mission, and then judge it off of that. Otherwise, you are kind of. I feel that you're asking me to rate it on what I would want and what I would expect it to be when I've had no part of it. What I want NASA to do is further science and exploration. That's what I want them to do. I'm not here I don't want them to entertain me or anybody else. I expect NASA to improve technology, improve science, and improve exploration. That's my expectation of NASA. If I wanted entertainment, I don't want that in my government to provide entertainment, to be
I mean,
honest with you.
but I called it a 3. Would you call it a 3, a 4, a 5? I'm
Tippy
just saying
agrees with you.
from
Oh, I said 3. I said 3 completely.
you
Yeah.
agree it's a 3. Okay, all right, thank you.
By
That's
the way,
I mean,
Geo, the richest people on Earth who wanted to go to space could only go up 50 miles.
Wait. They went
Common
up to
ground.
100 miles. They went up to 100 miles.
Sorry.
Or sorry, not 50 miles. I think you're actually closer. It's 100 kilometers, so it's like 60 or 70 somewhere
62
in there.
miles.
Rich people have also bought rides on the Soyuz to the ISS, so they've gone a little higher than that.
Jake, do you agree it's a 3? Is what we're being given?
Nah,
If
he
the
loves
purpose
to
of
get
the mission
destroyed.
was to prove, if the purpose of this mission was to prove travel to the moon for flat earthers, then I would give this thing a 1 in terms of, how much effort NASA went into proving something to the flat earthers, right?
That's not the question, dude.
That's
But
not.
if it
Yeah.
comes to,
Just always have to say troll comments, man.
but if it comes to, no, it's not a troll comment. I mean it in all sincerity.
No
But
one
if it comes
asked
to
that.
but if it comes to the constraints of the mission, I would have preferred if they did something like what they have with Starship, right? What Starship has a really high speed data uplink. I mean, a lot of that is because they have Starlink, and Starlink is in low Earth orbit, so they can have the bandwidth to have, they all have the high def cameras. They have cameras, forward, backward, cargo bay, looking at the fins. So SpaceX has like way more cameras on it, right? I would have preferred they did something like that, but you got to remember this vehicle was actually designed like 20 years ago. Technology has changed a lot since then, right? And I have to go through validation and all that stuff. I don't know what kind of mission constraints that they had. And also because they're going so far from the Earth, I know they're like severely bandwidth constrained because they don't have a massive constellation of thousands of satellites for high speed uplink, right? So I know there's a bunch of constraints there. I would wait and see what they come back with as far as video that they're recording to data, to disk that they'll be bringing back. Because they're going to be back in like 2 weeks. It doesn't really make sense that, we got to have all the cameras streaming all the video with high speed uplink to the Earth in real time, right? That's not really a necessary constraint.
You're asking a press secretary the answer. If the purpose of the mission was to bring me dino nuggies, I think they did a poor job.
Before the point is fully lost, I would just like to say that actually yesterday when Beast was streaming all that one guy, I don't know his name. I guess he's from NASA. He's like a retired astronaut.
Yeah.
The Asian guy, yeah, ex-astronaut guy. They actually brought up, he mentioned Flat Earth and he mentioned Capricorn 1. You know what was weird about that? He said, "Oh, this all came from a movie called Capricorn." What is he talking about? All the questioning it didn't come from that movie. That's weird that he said that.
Never heard of that
I know.
movie.
He made it sound like, all these people who question that space is fake, it came from this movie back in the 19. That's what he said with OJ starring OJ Simpson. He made it sound like everyone questioning all of this just goes back to one movie. That is so strange that he even said that, which is weirdly false.
It's crazy, Gio.
But Jake, I just want to say
too. Someone else brought that up too, totally separate,
Really?
like that I was talking to my coworker. He brought up Capricorn 1. I've never even fucking heard of it.
Well, it's funny because that movie is like predictive programming for NASA faking. Yeah, they like faked a trip to the moon. That's the one that has like the guy's name is like Elon.
O.J. Simpson's in it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird stuff with that movie. That does seem like a whole predictive programming movie because they are faking space, and that movie is about NASA faking a mission to Mars or whatever. So it's funny that he brought it up. But what I was going to say is that Jake, your point of if they're trying to prove this to flat earthers, it's like you give them a 1 out of 10. Well, here's the thing, dude. In the footage yesterday, the guy brought up conspiracy theories and people that think space is fake and flat Earth, and they literally said the term flat Earth. He mentioned that movie Capricorn 1, but they said, hopefully after this mission, we're going to bring back a bunch of great footage and data that is going to help prove that we are actually going to the moon. So ironically, Jake, you're saying that, to prove it to flat earthers, a 1 out of 10, but they said in their own footage or in their own, this event publicly, that they hope that this is really going to seal the deal and show everybody all the proof that they're really going around the moon. And you're giving them a 1 out of 10. So they're admitting that they are trying to prove it to flat earthers. They said that yesterday in their feed, in the broadcast. Yeah, they basically said they're trying to prove this. Well, they mentioned the conspiracy theories, people that question it, and then I don't know the exact wording, but didn't they say something like that, Beast, where he's like, well, after this, we're going to bring back a lot of great footage and science to really show everyone that we really are doing this. So they're admitting that they are trying to prove to flat earthers, and then, Jake, you're giving them a 1 out of 10, so they're doing
Well,
a
this
terrible
is
job.
first of all, this is probably a PR person, probably not a NASA scientist, right? He's just some PR guy.
He's a retired astronaut. He was an astronaut for NASA.
He was
Yes.
in space for 229 days, dog. What are you talking about?
So not
Okay,
one of the
but
engineers.
he's doing PR.
Looking at it, Jake.
But I can tell you this with 100% certainty: when NASA and all the partners were coming together to design this mission and this vehicle, they didn't dedicate $1 for proving that this is real to flat earthers in that mission.
Not
In
the
the
point.
design of that mission, I can guarantee you this: they didn't spend a single dollar. Like, let's add this extra thing so that we can prove that this is real to the flat earthers. I know that they didn't spend not even a cent for that.
So you made a point about how this guy wasn't even anything, and then he spent 229 days in space, and that got bodied. So then you changed
No, I said
your
he's
point.
a PR person. He's a PR
not
person.
A PR person.
That's what retired
Wait,
astronauts
that's
do.
incorrect.
They're PR people.
No,
Do you
you're
think
not
Buzz
going to just be able
Aldrin?
to say an incorrect thing. He's not a PR person. This is a alleged astronaut.
He's
How
a
do you know he's not
representative
PR
for NASA.
now?
I mean, he's a representative for NASA.
Yeah,
Either way.
right. Yeah.
So if he is an astronaut who spent 229 days in space, you realize that your whole point of this is just some PR guy, he has no stake in the game, that gets lost. That's
he never
gone.
said that. He never said that.
I said he wasn't involved in the decisions that were made on this mission and
How
this
do you know
vehicle, the
that?
design of this vehicle.
How do you know that,
You made that
Kelly?
up.
It's not a super
How do
big
you know-
deal.
I
It's
mean-
just
I
the
mean-
whole thing. I mean, we're just talking about how what we're being given. Wesley agreed it's like a 3 out of 10, meaning I use the analogy, if we made our own rocket company, we were going to present it to the public. If we put out what NASA puts out, yeah, it's like a 3 out of 10. Like, that'd be pretty bunk. And if we spent billions of dollars to do it, it'd be kind of a bummer if everyone we gave the showing people that we're going to space or whatever was a 3 out of 10 would be a bummer. I would hope that any professional company at least would be a 7, 8, 9, especially one that's being paid by the taxpayers. So, etc. We were talking about that. And then it just went to, Jake, your comment was, well, if they're trying to prove it to flat earthers, I would give it a 1 out of 10. So you're saying how abysmal that is. And all I'm saying is that this one guy who is a retired astronaut, he is a representative for NASA. He was being interviewed by the pundit guy, running the stream or whatever. And it's sort of a side point because it was just one few minute section where they mentioned flat earth and the space is fake and conspiracy theories. And all I'm saying is that they had a little thing in their script saying, well, after this mission, we're really going to show people that we're bringing back all this data and footage. So that's all I was saying. It's just a slight contradiction of what you're saying, because you're saying they're, trying to prove it, they're failing, but they're admitting that they are trying to, prove to the dissenters or whatever that it really is real. And they were, the kind of wording of it was like, bring everyone back into the fold, that we really are doing this, and that kind of thing.
We don't have to paraphrase. It's only 2 minutes. Jake.
If you got it.
I haven't.
Jake, can you watch the stream?
So it's like Flat Earth made such good arguments that NASA is like addressing them in their most recent launch. So do you think that's like, you guys think Gen CBR1 made such a strong impact with the you can't poop in space that's why they're like really focusing on these toilet issues? Yeah, we're still troubleshooting the toilet today. So Jen's got them in a chokehold.
All right,
Beast, before you play this, I can share the audio on the live stream. Just give me like 1 second. But before you play it, let me just say this. Let's watch this. I see, Jake, are you in there? So you'll watch it. So this is at least what I'm referencing.
He's not in there.
What? Well, I think he's in there. Anyways, Jake, you're going to listen to this? All right, we'll play it. But I just wanted to say one thing. I'm not trying to...
Hold on, which stream should I be joining? Beasticles or...
Not Carlito, my stream.
No, yeah, the Beasticles one, not the Carlito one.
Carlito. Yeah.
I think you're already in there, I think. If it shows
he's not. Now he is.
All right, so anyone who wants to join it, and then we'll just watch this little 2-minute clip to reference what I'm referring to. But I will say that, just to be fair to like either Wesley or Jake, like if you guys are saying that this is acceptable, I will say that let's say it was all real and everything. I will agree that like perhaps NASA is not purported to be like necessarily like a media company that would be trying to like get all the shots to make like a really high quality like movie style of it. like if you were an independent billionaire and let's say you could go to space and you did all this, yeah, you might want to put together like a movie that's like perfectly cut that would show like a, you know, I get that. And I get the idea that NASA is supposed to be more like science based. However, this still is very subpar and underwhelming for the fact that it is being, you know, given the taxpayers are paying for this. So I'm just saying, I would give you a little leeway to say, well, if it's more of a science thing, it's not really about, you know, flashy shots, but at the same time, like what they're giving us is just way subpar, even for just for the fact that they are, you know, it's all presented
I
to us.
actually
You know,
disagree with you on that on Geo, but hold on, let's watch this first, and I'll tell you why I disagree with you on that.
And I'll also say real quick that if they were trying to fake it, my rating would be a lot lower because they failed way more on that if that was their mission.
wait, what do you mean? Wait, what's that point? Before we watch this, what are you saying?
If they were trying to fake that this is real, if they were faking it like CGI, then they've done even a worse job than if it was real.
What?
Because their graphics should be much better if they're faking it in CGI.
Right.
Well, they
Okay,
can't,
but
dude. But here, wait. We
Go
will
ahead.
discuss
Go
That
ahead.
was a dumbass argument.
You guys.
no, I see what he's saying. He's saying if it's okay, if it's a 3 out of 10, he's saying if they faked it, like what? They're so bad at even faking it. There's a 3 out. I think what he's saying is that if they're faking it, it should at least
That's
be
like
like a
saying it
7 or
looks
8.
so it's so fake, it's so real it looks fake. That Elon Musk quote that we always mock. It's
Exactly.
exactly
Yeah,
the
if they were
same argument.
CGI. Yeah, if they were CGIing it, they should have done a much
Why?
better job.
All right, but here's
Why did they?
here's the thing with that though. If you're
You
these
can tell
guys,
it's real because it looks so fake, is your argument. That's the thing we've been mocking for
Well,
years.
not at all. Not at all.
no, dude, I get what he's saying. I think he's just saying like if it was faked, this is like
This is
pretty
horrible.
subpar for even faking it. But here's I get I think the vibe
That's
of what
the
you're saying.
same argument as the Elon Musk argument.
Can we just get to this, Geo?
No,
Before
this
we continue
It is
discussing?
related to that. Yeah, let's watch it. But it is related to that. But what I will say though, here's the other flip side to that, Wesley, is that the thing is, if they were to use like AI and all kinds of really fancy CGI to try to make like a whole fake thing, first of all, it'd be a lot easier to figure out it's fake because you'd have way more things that could mess up instead of just these like little half-cocked shots of like black space the way they're showing now. So that's and then the only one little shot of the globe thing where they showed like the one shot of the rocket. If they were to show a lot more of it, I'm just saying like people will be picking it apart with a fine-tooth comb. And there's also a thing that if it looks like so much like the movies, anyways, there's a whole. I'll stop there, but there's a whole thing with that. Like if they try to fake it with a bunch of AI and CGI, it would be more risky for them to do that. Is what I'm saying. It's less risky for them to kind of keep it all like sort of behind a black screen and a little piece of equipment off to the left, you know, and to hack up the footage we get from when they launched, when they're in space. You know what I mean? If they gave like this really fancy fake thing, it would be going overboard and it would kind of give away the hand a little bit, you know.
Right. Matthew, what's up, Matthew? Welcome.
All right, guys,
check out
we're
my-
gonna watch
Hey.
this 2-minute. There's a lot more to that. I was just trying to sum up that, but because yeah, there's something
We
to
can
that. If they-
discuss this right after. I just want Jake and now Matthew learns for sure to see this. I think Wesley already seen this with us yesterday, probably. But
All right, guys, we're gonna watch this little 2-minute clip. Anyone who wants to see it, join Beasticle's stream, and then I'll play it on the live stream too.
Jake, you're in. All right, you're in.
Generation. And so this is going to inspire the next generation. And frankly, besides the technical spin-offs, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and it couldn't have come at a better time. I got to say, you know, I wish I was of that generation. My grandfather worked on the Apollo missions, and so it's part of my family. And yet, we live in a day and age where, you know, we're seeing the advent of this AI deep fake generation, and there is a lot of skepticism. At the time, people and for all puts all of that to bed in an experience that we can all share. But as an astronaut, do you ever encounter those types of conspiracy theories? And when you do, what is the surefire way to bring people to what we have done on the moon?
Well, sure. And, you know, when I go out and speak to the public, I'll oftentimes get this whole question of, was that all faked? And my answer is, look, it's simple. it would have taken a lot more to fake it than to actually do it. Do you think you're going to keep those tens of thousands of people quiet all these decades as part of this conspiracy? That's just not going to happen. Do you think the Russians wouldn't have called us out? They would have known if we had faked it. And, this was all inspired by a movie in the early 70s called Capricorn 1, which was a great movie, by the way. It starred O.J. Simpson, about a fake NASA Mars landing, right? And so, it's kind of like the flat earthers. What can you do?
What can you do other than hopefully force people to watch science happening in front of our very eyes? Leroy Chow, always
What
a pleasure,
the heck, dude?
speaking with
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so very much. Let's bring in an
Yeah,
interesting
see, Jake,
correspondent.
dude, he said literally, we're trying to prove it. He said we're going to bring back all the science and we're going to prove to the flat earthers and people that question it that it's real.
He said,
And so this guy,
hopefully to force science in front of their eyes.
so this guy, he looks like he's a retired astronaut. He's in his kitchen, right? So he's probably not even paid anymore by NASA. He's not even an employee for them anymore,
Sounds like
right?
he was in an empty apartment somewhere because it looks
Kind of
sounded
a rebuttal is that.
Meanwhile, attack the source.
he's
All right, what's
just
step 2?
he's just he's just shooting from the hip essentially in this interview, right? So
Yeah, but
to
the
say that
presenter guy, the main
here's the leap that you're doing. Here's the leap that you're doing. From this interview of this retired astronaut that's in his house that's just doing an interview for like TV, like a lot of retired people do, right? Like they like call up retired generals to comment on the Iran war, right? The same kind of thing. He mentions flat Earth and Capricorn 1 or whatever, right? Then you think that means, oh, the people that were involved with this whole, Artemis was like they were thinking about that when they were designing the mission, right? I guarantee you they were not thinking.
Stop. Just stop. Just please stop. I want to hear Matthew's take on this. And like, you're already bad faith in my book, dude. Like, no one's saying that at all. That's not what Gio's point was at all.
Yeah,
Matthew.
I appreciate that you did start with the whole context where he said what the most important part was the science and the improving technology and the exploration, because that was the first thing he said. Then he got asked about conspiracy theorists, so I do appreciate that.
But he said they're trying to bring back. He said the words concrete proof. You guys were admitting this is like a 3 out of 10 at best of like what they're giving us. Is that concrete proof coming from their presentation?
It's not very good.
Yeah,
it's not. But to be fair,
all right, so they're lying already right there.
That guy, that sounded like that guy's own opinion. He just said like his family, worked on the Apollo mission, so. I think he was just trying to get an answer out of this ex-astronaut to be like, can we do something about these people who are, skeptical? It's making my family look bad. It's making my job look bad. I'm just holding up these rocket toys over here. Like, what? Please, we got to do something about these flat earthers, essentially. That's like, I'm not saying that's what he said. I'm saying that's what that guy with the glasses, because he is the one that basically asked the question. He probed the ex-astronaut. So.
No, that's fair.
Right. So it was the journalist who brought up the idea that somebody's trying to prove something with this. I don't think that NASA has that in one of their line items.
Yeah, but what'd you think of that, Matthew? Kind of wild what the astronaut said, right? He brought up Capricorn 1 as like the reason for it. I've never even fucking heard that movie, dude.
Yeah, but that's
I think he brought that up as kind of like when it sort of started becoming in the popular consciousness. I mean, flat Earth wasn't really, not many people even thought of that idea, but then it started showing up in movies and other places. So I think that's what he meant, that it sort of became.
No, dude, he's not talking about flat Earth with that. Capricorn 1 is about NASA faking a mission to Mars. So he said, oh, what this was all inspired from. Those are the words he used. He said,
"Oh, you're right. Okay."
He's trying to make, but that's not true either, because people questioned the moon landing the minute it happened. From day one, when they did that was all being questioned back then, even before Capricorn 1. So I don't know. That was just like, I mean, Capricorn 1 didn't come out till 1977. Tons of people questioned the moon landing and the outer space story way before 1977. So yeah, it was just the way he worded it. It seemed like a little script deal, though. He worded it. The fact that he even brought that up, he was trying to make it sound like, to the population, oh, well, this was all just came from a movie, and people just all, they're kind of, and then the one guy mentioned the AI deepfake thing. So it's kind of like a little bit of a script thing to kind of try to make it sound like, oh, these people just question it because of this movie, and what are you gonna do, kind of thing. When he's about the flat earther thing, that just seemed like it was very.
It was
scripted.
weird. I bet you
was
he didn't
asked about
actually
it.
have an answer. He's just like, well, flat earthers, what can you do?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
know.
asked about his experience with conspiracy theorists. That's his experience, right? It's not saying that all conspiracy theorists are like that, but it was just an ad hoc question to him, and he
It's
answered based on his experience.
It's funny to interpret it when you said, "What can you do?" It's like, yeah, you can't do anything when people
Yeah,
know the
yeah,
truth and you're
that's
telling them
fair.
lies.
That's
What
fair.
can we do about flat earthers? Yeah, what can you do? You can't do anything when people know the truth and you're lying to them. I know it's not how he meant it. He just meant it more like, oh, you can't convince them it's true. But it's just funny to think of it the other way. It's like, what can you do? Yeah, you can't do anything when you don't have the truth to people who
That
know
was
the truth.
it was such a weird answer because he was like the simple thing. He said this. Well, the simple way to do it. I don't even know. Like, here, me make sure I get this correct because he said it's a very simple explanation. And then he goes into Capricorn 1, so he didn't actually explain anything. He just referenced the movie. Let me see how he says this. Hold on.
Well, it seemed like he tried to bring it up like, oh, well, this was all inspired from a movie called Capricorn 1 starring O.J. Simpson. So he was just trying to link the idea of people questioning that the moon landing was a hoax because the guy said that word. Oh, people think this was all just an elaborate hoax perpetrated on the human population. I mean, this comes up a lot in NASA stuff. Like they always have somebody asking that question, like, is it all fake? And then they have, remember the one in the ISS where they're like, a lot of people think you guys aren't actually up there, that you're just lying to perpetrating a lie to the whole population. And then that's when the woman like points to her spray hair, to her hairsprayed hair. She's like, whoa, like points to it as if like that's the proof, like that they're in space. Because that in that one, the interviewer guy like asked them, to some way to prove that they're actually in space and it's not just. They always have this written into their stuff. So this is just another version of that where the guy had to bring up like, oh, people think the moon landing, because they know how many people question this stuff. They know that's why he was saying like there's a lot of people out there who don't think that we landed on the moon and that was an elaborate hoax even in the 1960s. So he said that, and then the astronaut, like obviously in my view,
This is the
guy's
way he
in on
exactly
it.
said it. He said, "What is the surefire way to bring people to what we have done on the moon?" And then he says, "Well, sure. When I go out and speak to the public, there's always a guy." Oh, the way he says it, I'll oftentimes get that whole question of, what is it all fake? And my answer is, look, it's simple. It would have taken a lot more to fake it than the real thing. How
That's the
retarded
Neil
is that?
deGrasse Tyson script, right?
Yeah. How is that?
Well, that's the like. Why don't they fake more? And they just give us this tease, and they have weird stuff happening. And anyway, you know what I mean? Like back to the Elon, we'd have way better CGI. But
Yeah, and I appreciate like people who honestly engage with the subject. Like, we don't need to poison the well, attack the source, say he's unreliable, say he's irrelevant. And then we don't need to go even further and say that like any skeptic has ridiculously unreasonable demands. We could just take it for what it is, look at it, and say, does this look reasonable? We could use our discernment, our comprehension, and say, does this look reasonable?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just have like a nice back and forth and just, it's not about like, oh, gotcha. We don't have to go there. We don't have to do that. We can just discuss the the inadequacies of this entire mission together as a collective. Most of us are Americans here. This is horrible. This is supposed to inspire the next generation. The next generation's looking at this and is basically saying like, yeah, we're being completely lied to, dude, and they're nihilist actually. They've actually checked out of society because of shit like this. How obviously fake it is.
right, I would say my nephews are not even buying it. But
What makes this obviously fake?
Where are the stars?
Okay, no stars.
Well, I mean, we lose any cameras at like super altitude, and then we just get a splashdown. So I don't know,
Yeah,
just
Beast.
some.
Beast, real quick, hold on. Can I just say about the comment from before? I was away from my mic for a sec. Dude, when he said that, when like, oh, it'd be harder to fake it than it would be to go there. Dude, that is a line they all use. Neil deGrasse uses that. Bunch of others use that line. It's always in their thing. And it's such an absurd thing, dude. Like to be in a studio and fake something, you know, versus actually spending all the fuel and all the energy to actually go a total of a 500,000-mile trip. It's so weird that they say that. Such
The research behind it, that's retarded. Yeah, there's no
yeah. It's just such like an inversion. It's like a little psyop mind trick where they just say it, expecting to Jedi mind trick you and just say it'd be harder to fake it, and then expect that a bunch of people would be like, yeah, it would be harder to fake it. Of course we went there. It's such a backwards thing because it would obviously be way easier and cheaper to fake it than actually do the whole engineering feat. Such a weird inversion there. I just want to mention that.
You know it's real because it looks so fake. That's what Noah was saying. Yeah, it's the same. It is literally. And dude, okay, I didn't cut it in that video, but even like the first minute or two that they are actually talking, right? He says the significance of this is more than just psychology. He even says psychology in the interview. It's weird, bro. But this is NBC News, so I mean, it's not even like your typical, skeptic normie, right? This is like real left wing, people that
Yeah, I mean,
watch.
this guy's clearly a science communicator trying to communicate science to people. And like his goal is to communicate science to people by forcing them to accept the science. Forcing was the word he used. Forcing.
So no stars and it looks fake. I need to look at some of this footage.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. You want to see some? I got you. I'll skip.
Not right now. You can like tag me in something,
timestamp.
but I can't look right now.
No, I'm saying I'll timestamp all the parts for you.
There is no footage. I mean, sorry.
You know what my favorite is though? My favorite is when they're using the iris. Now, Zanuck was talking about the iris, but does anyone else know what that is? So I can save time looking it up. Iris tracker, NASA. Interface region imaging spectrograph. Okay, so apparently they were using iris to track the rocket until it got out of view, right? In the launch. Here's the problem with that, right? When they're actually tracking the rocket the entire way, you can literally just see it fall into it literally goes below the actual horizon. It just falls into the water. And then they cut to like a visualization right after. I'll show you guys it. It's insane.
You're not streaming, by the way, if you want to stream.
Oh, did it close? Oh shit.
Yeah, put that back out, bud.
Sorry.
Pete's sake.
I'm sorry. I'm an amateur over here. This is just
Hey,
amateur
just don't
hour.
let it happen again. It's all good.
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you know that the globe would say that it would go below the horizon eventually?
Yes, but you'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I ask you just one? Hold on, before you pull that up, just real quick as well, like Wesley, like, so you're kind of agreeing like that it is like a 3 out of 10 if we're just ranking it in terms of what we're being given. It's not very compelling or convincing, probably to many, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's really not giving very much. Now, can I just ask you, like, because of the subpar that you admit to of what they're, or that you agree to at least to an extent of what they're giving us, since you already have to in some way be aware that people question this or even questioning it to some degree yourself. The fact that we're given such subpar, does that in any way, I'm not saying like that's going to change your whole worldview or somehow make you think it's all fake or anything, but does it in any way make you pause just a little bit and just consider that seems out of alignment with something that's claimed to be real? Is he still in here? Oh, I haven't looked at my screen.
Sorry, I was saying, the only reason, so yes, it does give me pause, and the only reason it does is because I'm involved in these types of discords. 4 or 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, but because I'm involved with this, I obviously know how you guys, or what you guys think about it, a little bit at least. And so, yeah, I have a more mind toward looking at it skeptically. But if 3 or 4 years ago, if this happened, I wouldn't have given it a second thought.
Wesley, can I ask you, what government programs paid for by public funding do you not support?
The welfare system.
Fair.
Thank you.
Hospice now. Take care.
Fair answer. Planned Parenthood, you said?
Yeah.
Based. Okay.
By the way, just one more comment. When you said it does give you some pause, now I assume you didn't mean though that you're like pausing, like, oh, it could space be fake or whatever. Are they faking it? Like maybe whether you are or are not saying you pause for that reason, you were saying that you're aware of what other people think about it. But I guess like, yeah, you may not. I mean, you could tell me what you think, but you may not go far enough to say like, oh yeah, it makes me question the whole thing if it's fake or not. Although I was just more asking like, are you taking some pause? And then, but let me ask you this: if the truth is that they are faking it, and you find that out in the future, would you look back on this and be like, okay, well, yeah, what we were given was pretty shoddy, and so it kind of aligns more with it not being legit rather than being legit?
If I found out it was fake, I would think of all the arguments you guys are making. Plus, yeah, this. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, doesn't the shoddy kind of nature of it and kind of the underwhelming subpar, at least potentially align more with that they're kind of hiding their cards for a reason rather than just, really giving us like what would be more, expected for a trip like this? Like, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to say that means you have to be like, oh yeah, it is all fake, but I'm saying, doesn't it more line up that something is going on that doesn't quite line up with reality potentially?
Yeah, it just feels like a dual standard, because when they do give you good video footage, it's questioned that it looks fake. Like when the first thing launched off the moon, everybody points to that looking fake. So that video was too good, but this video is too bad. So I understand what you're saying, Gio, and why you guys think, at least a little bit of why you guys think that way. And when I first saw the blurry images of the crescent in the background, I cringed a little bit. And obviously, when it was launched on April 1st, it causes me to cringe a little bit because of these communities. But if I wasn't, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Dude, Wesley, think about how crazy it is that they were describing, literally saying they're going to go to the backside of the moon, and we have to be careful because it's crusty back there.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that yet. I have heard other people say that, but I haven't looked into that.
What about the backside of Uranus, or as people call it, Uranus? How crusty is that?
They literally, like, that's the official people in the mission control saying those things, and then also saying right afterwards, like, yeah, we actually got a live feed now from the shuttle Integrity. They called it
When they
Integrity.
said crusty, I don't know.
Yeah, that a moon is a bare exposed ass.
Yep.